baby.
Well, dude, we've got Daniel Cutcliffe here, man. Thanks for reaching out. It's only been about, 10 years,
That's
12
what I
years?
said.
It's been
like
a
10 or
minute.
12 years.
Yeah.
Sanctuary days, man.
Yeah, you and I worked there together.
Dude, that was a lifetime ago.
It was a lifetime
It's
ago.
crazy.
I was there for a little bit.
Yeah,
For a small little stint.
you work
of time.
there?
Yeah, or like right up until they
No
closed.
shit.
Yeah, I kind of started subbing him in
Well, because he
when I was
moved.
getting busy.
He
and
moved to California, and he was like, "I need somebody to take my spot." And
I
so,
moved to
You
California.
moved to California
I was
too?
only out there about 3 months. But, yeah, I lived
That's
out
enough
there.
time.
That's enough time, yeah. I was in Marina Del
time.
Rey.
you were in the
right
coolest spot.
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
right up the
that's a
street
pretty
from
nice
the Venice
spot.
Park.
Pretty nice spot.
The most saturated park on the planet, the Venice Skate Park.
Yeah, it's overwhelming, that's for sure.
Well, dude, man, I've lost touch with you, but thanks
Yeah.
for reaching out and
Yeah.
agreeing to come on and kind of talk
Hell
skating
yeah.
and all the other things you've been up to. What have you been up to, man? Where do you call home these days?
So I live in Charleston, South Carolina now. But it's awesome there. I mean, it's low. It's the low country.
Okay.
So there's no like. So there's an old Southern law that there's like these two church steeples or like church crosses downtown, and you can't build above like those church steeples.
What?
So everything there's no like skyscrapers, nothing. So like when you're in town, you can see like there's a big bridge there, like like big bridge. So and that's what it's kind of known for, I guess.
Isn't
But
like a big bay or something there?
it's a port town.
Port town. Okay,
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge for port town. And I guess anywhere you are in the town, you can pretty much see that bridge. So it's coming from Birmingham, and like growing up here my whole life, and then going to California, and then coming there was like it felt really low.
Yeah.
Like it almost felt like the town is poor, but it's old money there.
Yeah.
There's like real Peter Pans there, which Peter Pans, you guys know the term.
Peanut butter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know the term. What's the term?
So it's basically like older men in their 40s and like hitting on the younger chicks that just
gotcha.
but they're like they have the old money.
Gotcha.
They've just always had this money.
Yeah, I've been to Charleston once. I spent a weekend there. It was cool, man. Just the way the buildings are lined up, and we got kind of this micro tour from a friend who had been there and done like a full tour of the downtown area, and he was showing us the like blocks that are like on the sidewalk, and they said that's where horses used to stop and people.
Yeah.
Am I butchering that? Or is
No,
that something like
you're
that?
you're not at all. They still do like horse carriage tours there, like and like a lot of places are haunted.
I was going to
Oh,
ask if it
yeah.
was like a haunted town.
Yeah, and it's they used to be like where they had like kept like so. This is bizarre to me. Is that like the marketplace there is like where they used to like chain up their slaves back in the day.
Oh my god!
And now it's just like full blown out market, and you're like, what the hell is going on here?
Is that the thing that's like in the
So-
building, like where they have?
So,
like,
yeah, it's a really just a long stretch of it,
Yeah,
like down
yeah.
like 4 blocks.
okay.
Really cool, and like but it's just bizarre that
Yeah.
that
Dude, we went to
don't
this.
know.
We went to this bar, and it was a church that they had turned into a bar. There
Yeah.
was writing all over the ceiling.
Yep.
And
Yep.
it was like going off in there, like it was a nightclub
Place is
slash
big.
bar slash. And we were just in there looking at this place, and I'm like, man, this is insane,
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's a lot of other cool places. But what took you to South Carolina?
So I was let's
It's
see.
a long-winded,
Yeah.
long-form question, I guess.
It kind of is. So I mean, it basically all started with skateboarding, I guess.
But you were born here in Birmingham.
I was born here in Birmingham, or I was born in Dothan, Alabama.
Okay.
And we moved up to Rimlap.
Old Rim Lab.
Man.
Yeah, I got a
Yeah,
coworker
dude.
lives in Rim Lab.
Man.
Yeah, and we lived like it was like me, my mom, my dad, and like my two brothers. And we all like me and my brothers. We were all small then. We all like shared a room, but we had this like big barn and just like giant pastures, and that was hilarious. Like we had like run over the fence and slap the bull's ass and like run hightail it back. Yeah, dude, it was hilarious.
Good Southern fun there.
There was some good Southern fun out there. And that was up till I was like getting to like 4 or 5, I think 4. And so my grandfather actually was the principal at Pizitz Middle School in Vestavia.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, and actually he was Peter Carfinen's principal.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Dude.
man.
Yeah. Which I have thought super funny, but he wanted us to move like to Vestavia, and my dad was all for it. And there's good school systems,
Sure.
better than Rim Labs.
Yeah.
Not to say Rim Lab, but like, they just wanted us to have a good education.
Sure.
And pretty much, I guess, started going there, and then my oldest brother Peter Cutcliffe, he pretty much put a skateboard in my hand.
Really?
Yeah.
How many
And
siblings do you have?
So I have 2 older brothers. I have Riley and Pete.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've always seen anybody who's grown up in kind of the Birmingham skate culture in the past 15 years. I knew you and Riley were pretty close in skating and stuff, but
No, Pete. Yeah, Pete was like he's an artist, He's done all my tattoos pretty much.
oh, okay.
He's an amazing tattoo artist. He was working. He actually just moved to North Carolina. Yesterday, to go live with his girl up there. But he was working at like the best tattoo place, and it's called Blue Gorilla in Charleston.
Oh, okay.
So he was doing.
I feel like
he was killing it.
Blue Gorilla.
we've had a few tattoo artists on. I feel like somebody mentioned that. It was like, man, this place is killer. Maybe Josh Kaiser. I don't know. Anyways,
Oh, yeah. I'd see that from
I tend to get sidetracked.
Dude,
a lot
I do
and
too. That's where
interrupt,
I'm at
so
right now.
For anybody that listens, like I'm always interjecting. He's like, shut the fuck.
He
You
does
guys
that a
are
lot.
chilling. You guys are fun. Cheers, by the way.
Yeah,
It's-
man.
yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, you can get the green tea
It's,
out here. I'm fine
maybe.
with that.
At the time of this recording, it's kind of the first official day of college football. I
Yeah,
know
it's
there may have been
game
1 or
day.
2 games this week, but
Roll
yeah,
Tide.
man, we're in September, and so football's back in full swing.
So how I ended up in Charleston is basically like, I don't know, that's a long story of like
We
Birmingham.
got time, man.
Yeah. So
Take us back to the roots, man.
all right.
Getting
So
into skating.
so basically, I was playing soccer for a while, and like still dabbling with skating, And I was like so young, and like I was supposed to go to soccer practice this day, and I was like, Mom, I don't want to go. She's like, well, call your coach, and I was like,
Man
all
up.
right. So I like called my coach. I'm like, Coach, I'm not coming to soccer practice today. He's like, why is that? I'm like, well, pretty much just want to skateboard at this point.
How old were you?
I was like 5, dude. I
Oh,
was
really?
I
Holy
was
shit.
young. Yeah, I was
That's
young.
crazy.
I might have been 7 at that point, but I know the first time I stepped in the shop was 5 years old with my brother Peter.
Dang.
And meeting Peter, and Gilly was there, and like I got some like old Americas that were like rounded, like the Sal 23s,
Okay.
almost like that.
Dude, I rock some big shoes, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Canton Russell episode he did with the Non-Club. He's involved with the New Line skate parks.
Yeah.
And, he was shouting out the Osiris. He rode for Osiris. And he was-
D3s.
The D3s,
D3s,
dude. I
dude.
had those
I had a
fucking
pair, too.
D3s, man. Those things
It
were
lasted
like,
a year.
It was like putting a pillow on your foot.
The
and then
moon shoe.
It
wrapping
was. It was amazing.
It was amazing moon shoe.
You never hurt your feet.
Yeah, there was
Like,
definitely some padding.
You could never get like a tomahawk, like if your board came down on top of your
Right.
foot. That giant tongue was a pillow.
But it was amazing that I could even
It's
stand on a
hilarious.
board. I think I've got some photos. Like the foot, like the width of your foot is like almost as wide as the damn, 775 skateboard or
Yeah.
something. It's crazy. Anyway,
That's hilarious. So I called my coach. I'm like, I'm done. And then I was pretty much that little kid that was annoying Peter in the skate shop all the fucking time. So that was at 23rd and Mag. The first skate shop. Well, the first skate shop was like caddy cornered right there, and then he moved it to that corner spot.
That's where I remember.
Yeah.
First time going was at the. 23rd.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to it's hard to not remember that. It's it's great. So
He was there for a long time. Man.
It was. My mom actually started a like soup, salad, and sandwiches called Sophie's. That was right around the corner on the same building.
Oh.
So
So you basically lived there.
was always at Faith.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know how you deal with that,
Peter.
Peter.
Yeah, for us it was like a treat because we lived about 30 minutes south of downtown, and so it was none of us had cars. I didn't get into skating until I was about 12.
Okay.
So none of us drove, and so if one of us needed a new board, then all 6 of us would like beg to crawl in the car. We're going to Faith today, man. We're gonna get a board. Yeah.
So let's see. So she was working there, and like I was always around Faith, and I had so many nicknames like Little Shit, Dennis the Menace, like little like just constantly just getting bickered. Like I remember I was so young, they put me in a duffel bag one time, zipped me up, and like dropped me on my head, but like they didn't like. I was so young, I didn't even really care. Like I thought it was funny. But yeah, I mean it was good times. Like you got to get what's the word? Not like bullied, but like
Initiated.
And yeah, sure.
Especially if you're like the
we'll go
younger
with
guy,
that word.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if like you're that little kid that sucks. Like
Yeah.
I had the worst attitude, and like here and there I would, and like I just thought that was like a fun raising up, I guess. Which put me in my place, and I'm put in my place a lot of times by those guys.
Yeah.
Which is nice, and like all those guys like the Haints and like all those guys at Faith, Gilly, Hardy, Peter, like Brian Tedder. I looked up to Brian Tedder when I was young. I was like, he's the best skateboarder. But that was a great raising. So then like I started skating more. Homewood Park came around.
Classic.
Dude,
Homewood,
I
man.
missed
Park,
that place,
dude.
man.
I know, man.
I loved that park, dude.
Peter, one of the last times we had him on, we were talking about Homewood, and some of the kids at the time were kind of hating on it because it was just a bunch of, for anybody that's not familiar, basically, was that concrete pad already there? And was purpose for something else?
Dude, so it was so Homewood Park used to be like a big, like a green square back in the day. And like this is like how young I was that I started skating at that Homewood Park, and like Gilly and like all the Faith dudes, they bring flat bars and recycled plastic bench and kickers and and I mean it was amazing. That was, and then it sucked when it got torn down because we were like, oh, like we don't have a place, so it's back to the streets.
I guess that was when they were doing maybe a big renovation or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I always wondered, because the pad is still there, even though they've gotten rid of all the ramps.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, the pad's
just like
still
a
there.
big, smooth. I mean, it was like perfect,
Yeah.
It was like a big, smooth pad. And I was like, did they build this anticipating the park coming? Or did they just like, hey, we have a big like roller skate area, and then it just happened to work out?
I
It's
feel
like, hey,
like-
let's put some ramps on it.
I don't know how that. I don't know how that. I honestly don't know how that skate park.
I know that
I really don't.
that the Homewood Park it's a full blown park with like playground and pool and all that stuff, but that never really came onto my radar until they built the ramps there. And so, for anyone who doesn't remember Homewood Skate Park, it was just basically a bunch of metal ramps
Loud ass
that were just kind of
metal.
anchored
Dude, they
down.
were so, and that was a huge reason. Like it was so loud that was a big reason that it got taken away.
Yeah,
Not only because like that, but a bunch of fights happened there.
sure. Oh man, all the
From,
riffraff.
like
you get
so
with skating.
yeah, like the Rosedale kid, like so there was like the skateboarders and the Rosedale kids, right? And I mean Rosedale's a little hood, and they'd come over and pick fights.
Start shit.
Oh yeah, even in like Homewood jocks would come there and like, dude, I mean, brutal stories I could tell. But I don't want to go into all that.
Yeah. Well, dude, I had a few stories of my own, man. People like, a lot of stuff getting stolen there. Like everybody would leave their shit under like the pavilion that was kind of on the far end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was that was a big one.
It's like, where's my jacket, dude? Where's my backpack? Just stuff getting stolen.
I can tell this story. This story's pretty funny, but it's not at all. But it kind of was, right?
Yeah, okay.
At my age, it was because I was like sitting in the car with Rambo, and like. So we went to the skate park like pretty late at night, just to, like mess around,
Sure,
and I forget Chris's last name, but he left his wallet or his phone on the table, and these two dudes, big, like they were both really tall. One was really tall, really skinny. One was really tall and really really big. And one of them ended up pushing Chris down under the pavilion, like taking his phone.
Just taking his phone.
Right? Just right in front of like me, my brother Pete, my cousin Carl, Robbie Foreman, Gilly was there, Matt Negron, Adam Waterman, Riley, Rambo, and me. And dude, this story's so crazy. And so, my brother Pete's not having that shit, like he's not having that shit. And his girlfriends are there too, like all of their girlfriends are there. And like one of those dudes pushes my brother Pete's girlfriend.
Oh, dude.
And it was fucking on, dude. And like Pete just like starts fucking swinging his board at this dude, right? They're fucking big dudes, like really big dudes. And like, it's just two of them.
Yeah.
And so this is like the bigger one, right? And like Pete starts hitting him, and that dude grabs Pete and puts him, like bear hugs him, and then like I think Gilly tripped him up somehow, and Pete was on the ground. And this guy's like trying to hit him like this, and like Pete's just sitting there laughing, like kind of on the ground. But it hurt his knee because the guy was so big.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like later on that next morning, he was like, "Damn, my knee hurts." I was like, "Well, that dude's like 350, And so like Gilly, I remember like because I was like Rambo was like, "Daniel, get in the car," and like we get in the car, we're watching, and like Riley's in the car with us, and before you know it, like Riley's out of the car, and just like Gilly has this dude, and like in kind of a neck hold, and Riley comes to the back of this dude's neck, or like grabs his neck and just like smokes this dude in the back of the head, and because it's my brother Pete, that's his brother, that's my brother too. So we're like, we're gonna do fucking anything we need to, and so the dude ends up going over, and he gets up while this is all going on right next to Rambo's car. This shit was so funny. That the taller one, right? He is he's like messing around with Matt Negron. Matt Negron has a beer in his hand, and he chugs his beer. He goes, "Oh yeah," like chugs his beer and throws it at this dude and hits him right in the forehead. It was so funny.
Oh my God.
And he like at the same time charges him and like tackles him in the ground, like Wody and Negron are like messing with him while this is going on over here. And
So it's just like full blown,
A
like
huge brawl.
dude, it was
brawl.
insane. Yeah,
Crazy,
so
man.
And you're just sitting in the car watching
dude,
it all.
I'm like, oh my God, this is so buck.
It
Like
is
I'm
crazy.
just like this wee lad, like real small kid. And I'm just like, holy shit, this is insane.
This is awesome.
Yeah. At the same time, I'm like, dude, I have stories for days. Yeah. I'm like, this is insane. Somebody calls the cops. My cousin Carl comes out of nowhere, like brings around his car, opens the back door. He's like, Peter, jump in. And Pete like runs and like dives basically like into the car, and they're off.
Gone.
You can hear the cops going. Those two dudes run away while the girlfriends run after them.
Really?
And Ben follows the girls because the girls are running after the dudes. And we were like, damn, these girls are pretty gnarly.
Throw down.
Yeah,
man.
I was like,
Damn.
Pete and his friends are dating some pretty, buck ass
heavy
walleye.
hitters.
Yeah. I was like, wow. So Ben chases them too, and the cops end up getting that bigger dude and Ben in the back of a cop car. And Ben is just like staring at this dude in his face. Like this dude's like looking straight, and Ben has his head like this, like on his nose, almost on his cheek, and just staring at him, he said.
Both in the back of the cop.
Both in the back of the cop car
God.
together.
Damn.
And the dude just like still looking forward, he goes, "What's up?" And Ben goes, "What's up?" And they get Ben out of the car. They're like, "You want to press charges?" He's like, "Nah," And that was pretty much it. And they never came back.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
They never came back. But then it was like you would have little minor things going on
and
too.
I never was part of some big gang brawl, but I was definitely part of a lot of.
Dude,
saw a
it's
lot of
insane.
shit, man. People getting in fights, and you're like in this nice neighborhood.
That's
backed
what I'm
up to, like,
saying,
nice
dude.
condos.
That's what I'm saying. I was just like, this is mind blowing that this is happening right now. And
So it was not a big shocker that the park didn't last, but maybe a
Didn't
few
last.
summers, and they were like, yeah, get this shit out of my
yeah,
backyard.
it didn't last. So that got shut down. I was super bummed because like I love that park. I learned so much at that skate park. But
Dude,
also
the flat bars and stuff. It was so weird the way it was set up.
It was so weird with the C bar over here,
Yeah.
and then a little bitty flat bar, and then like a medium, and then the one that was like small went up
It
to
went
tall.
up to big, yeah.
Yeah, I still remember that place like
Dude,
yesterday.
that was when I actually could do a couple tricks on the flat bar and stuff. And then the box was on the other side.
Yep.
So it's like, man, I would just circle and just skate that section.
So
I hated the down, like the little pyramid thing, because it was so like blocky, you know what I
I
mean?
loved that.
But then
thing.
I would see, there was this one dude, he could always do kickflip front boards on that, like every try.
was his
that
name
was just
like
like-
Daniel
I don't know who it was.
Daniel Willingham probably. So my best friend passed away when he was 15, or when I was 15. He was 17. He dressed like Corey Duffel.
Yes, that was him.
That was
Oh my
Wally.
God,
That was
really?
Wally. Yeah. So Wally was my best friend. I grew up in my neighborhood. So in my neighborhood, like before all the skate parks and like,
I'll back your mic up.
yeah.
You're coming a little hot.
So in my neighborhood, like we all like skated, it was amazing. And Wally was just amazing, like Daniel Willingham, he was amazing. He could kickflip into anything, like go to any handrail, he would do it first try. And he was just talented, but like drugs.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
And that sucked, but like his funeral was just like 2,000 people. Like it was gnarly. He was loved and still is, but like yeah, he was crushing it. So like skating with him, I was getting better because like I felt more confident skating with someone like him.
Sure.
And then along like skating with all the guys from Faith. And then we had a demo there and brought our own ramps too, like the old death rail from the old slab. I don't y'all remember the old slab like
Yeah. Well, I
on
remember
2nd
the,
Avenue North?
I remember they had a label demo there,
Yep.
and
Jamie Thomas had
probably-
his own
Jamie
demo.
Thomas had his own
He had
demo.
the cross
Yeah.
Jamie's tight.
I've got footage from that somewhere because I was carrying around that camera, my little Sony Handycam.
no,
and,
the dad came.
It was either that. It was before I got this one, but
Nice.
I had cut together like a whole little reel from the label demo and the Thomas demo, and I was gonna do something. I don't know what happened to that
Yeah, you
footage. I
were.
probably still got it somewhere, man. But
Now-
dude, I remember that vividly. Yeah,
I love
crazy.
that place, dude. And yeah, so there was like God,
it's just like a bunch of homemade
I'm telling you,
DIY
yeah.
ramps.
Was this the slab where the ballpark is now? What slab are we talking about? I know,
this,
like three.
so this slab.
This is pre ballpark slab. I
Right.
know the one you're
Yeah.
talking about.
But it's
Yeah.
not that one.
It
It's
was
not
not.
that one. That was the burnt down shoe factory
Okay.
Yeah.
with the Homewood Park ramps there.
Yes.
Oh.
There's been so many parks, man. I mean, there's been so many, and Peter has put them all on.
Yeah,
you
I
know, like
Fighting a good fight, man.
yeah, and he finally won.
Yeah.
He's finally won. So, and I got to skate that park yesterday, and it was amazing.
Yeah, I went there this morning. I halfway thought I'd see you. I was like, well, Daniel's in town. He may be up at the park. I'm going to go up there and skate for an hour.
I was thinking about it, but I was like, I'm gonna like reminisce
There you go.
the town. You know,
When was the last time you've been back?
it's been 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Sorry,
my-
I cut you off.
You're good. It
I
happens.
do that all the time.
No, we gotta hear him.
It was my question.
It was, huh?
We're on the same
You
wavelength.
guys are brothers now.
So I'll
We
start
are.
to say the question, and then
Wow.
he'll like cut me off and ask the same question.
Yes.
I love it.
But how is it coming back? I mean, Birmingham's had just like a huge boom here the last few years.
Okay,
It's an
guys.
exciting time, man.
It's
Uh-oh.
really different here now from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good or bad?
It's really good for the skating. Really good for skating. There are spots. I've been seeing spots everywhere here, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to like the nightlife or anything, it's just totally changed. Like when I was younger, like 21, like I was just 21, like there'd be like well hell nights on Wednesdays. And you go to the plaza and it would just be like mass people,
Yeah.
you know, like big party every Wednesday. I don't think that happens really anymore.
I don't know if it does. I
You
mean,
know, like I don't know, like times they are a changing.
Yeah.
And hopefully for the better, you know. We drank a lot back then. I mean, hopefully they're not drinking like that. So I don't know. I just went out last night, and my cousin works at the plaza.
Okay.
He's been sober for 2 years. Dude's awesome. His name's Maxwell. I was gonna pop in there and see him, and like it was Ghost Town, and I was like, "Let's
Really?
go Ghost Town." Yeah, and then
Everybody's aged out and moved away, man.
Yeah,
like
it's
a whole
insane.
new.
well, so I say that, and then I hit up my friend Will Norris. He's been on here.
He has.
Shout out Will Norris.
Love Willie and love JP too. But he hit me up. He's like, "Where you at?" I was like, "Well, I'm at the plaza." He's like, "What are you doing at the plaza, right?"
It's like nobody goes to the plaza anymore.
Yeah, well, like that's what I thought. That's what I
Yeah.
thought, and I'm still thinking this. And then I go to Trim Tab. That's where he works in JP, and I go hang out with him.
It's all about breweries now, man.
It
That's where
totally
everybody
is, right?
Microbreweries on every
It's
fucking corner, dude. It's
insane.
crazy.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean,
Who doesn't
I love
like beer?
I mean, come on.
He doesn't
But,
like beer. Roll Tide.
Yeah.
You know? But went and saw him, and then like later on in the night we were driving to Marty's to get like a burger, and I looked in to the Pickwick Plaza, and there were just insane amounts of people there.
Yeah, it used to be like it kind of went through a rise and fall where it was like a ghost town, and then it was like people were trying to do stuff, and then it was
Yeah.
a ghost town again, and then I don't know. I hardly ever go to like 5 Points, man. Like I know there's been a whole
I love 5
resurgence
Points.
of
Yeah.
5 Points and the as far as the businesses and stuff go, but
Yeah, and there's
I
been
don't know, man.
shootings and stuff, and
yeah, not so much that. It's just
Yeah.
like we've lived in Avondale for, at least 4 or 5 years now. And I guess you just kind of get in your own little network of like places you hang out. Because we got Cahaba Brewing, we got Mom's.
Mom's is awesome. Shout out McSween.
Yeah, and so
Love McSween.
we just have like our core place of, core places that we go. It's like, that's my bar. Like, I don't go to
Absolutely.
the west side, like
Yeah.
all those yuppies over there, man. Whatever, you know what I mean?
All right, so I guess back to the skating. So like Homewood Park ended, and
How old were you at this time?
I was riding a motorcycle at this time because at Vestavia,
Okay.
you had Vestavia Park and you had Homewood Park. And it's
Yeah,
like,
so
which one do you want to go to?
In the golden days of Sanctuary,
Oh
the
my
skate
God.
park in
I learned
when the ramps were
dude.
actually in good shape.
the best park. I learned everything
It
there.
was cool. They had a sick mini ramp, and I do remember you shredding that
Yeah,
all the time.
I tried.
But yeah,
People
I
are a lot
definitely
better
spent
than
way
me.
more time at. I think the first time we went to Sanctuary, it was like they were all about helmets. They were all about
Yeah.
getting notarized
Nazis.
waivers. They were Nazis about
Yeah.
it. It's a city park, but I don't know the designations of how all that
Yep.
works. Because Homewood's wide open,
Yeah.
and I feel like for a little while
That's
they
what
tried
it
to enforce
was.
helmets, but then they were just
Yeah.
like, we can't do this. People are coming
Yeah.
unless we have a full time staff here.
Yeah.
And there's no fence. They just kind of
what it
let it
was.
go. You know what I mean?
So it was, that you are right, Alex. I didn't think about that. So it was like you either have to go to Vestavia Park and wear a helmet, or you can go to Open Park and not.
Yeah. And so I was like, well, fuck, I'm going to Homewood.
Yeah. Yeah, and at Vestavia you had to pay and have a membership and all that.
Yeah.
jazz.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Yeah, like
Even when I
I'd be
started
like,
working
give me your
there-
membership.
like when I first started working there, and this was like way later, when the park
Yeah.
is on its way out the door. I was the one that actually got the call when they said, "Hey, the park is closed." Like,
No
indefinitely.
way.
I was at UAB, and at the time, Zach was working there.
Yeah.
I was working there. Who's the redheaded guy? Jacob.
Jacob.
Jacob was
Jacob
working
was
there.
working there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Miranda was in and out. I don't know if he was still working there at that time.
I don't even know who that is. No. Not while I was there.
Well, he
Chris-
like cut
Chris
his foot
Miranda?
really bad. Yeah.
You know Chris Miranda. You have to know Chris
I probably know
Miranda.
his face. I don't know his name.
Okay.
I'm a face
Well,
guy.
anyways,
Yeah.
but yeah, another sidetrack. I was at school at UAB. I had just gotten out of class and had a voicemail on my phone
Yeah.
to call one of the dudes at the park and rec department. And I called him and he said, "Hey," I think they were just looking for an excuse, but they were like, "Hey, we had an inspector come in and one of the buildings, the concrete had like a big crack at the top.
Yeah.
And they were like, this is unsafe for people to be in. The park is effectively closed."
Man, I thought it was something
really
as simple
lame.
as like, hey, the bathroom is clogged, so we're just gonna shut it down.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
probably
That bathroom was
that
pretty
bathroom
wild.
was
Both
pretty
of them.
wild. Dude,
One of
yeah.
them was just a closet.
Yeah, one of them
it
would
wasn't
was
shut
like
off.
storage.
storage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, nobody knew this, but like that toilet actually did work in there.
Did it?
Oh yeah,
I didn't
and
know
that was like my baby in there. Yeah, no, but like
my private.
yeah, that's my private place. So that place or Home Park,
Yeah.
and I absolutely loved Vestavia. I worked because I would work. So I would like, dude, and this was terrible of me, but like, I needed money, so I was like, well, I'm gonna like I would go before high school, clock in,
Oh yeah.
go to high school,
Dude.
and then be at work at 4, clock in, and then like clock out at 8 o'clock. And
I would do that for Alex. He's like, hey, you
Hey,
go
man,
in.
yeah,
Jay
like-
would do that. He would
Oh,
come
yeah,
there and
dude.
clock in.
He wouldn't even be there.
No.
I'd go to clock in, and Jay's car to be clocked in. I was like, who's working today?
Yeah.
Dude, they, it had a lock on that machine.
Yeah.
You can open
You
it.
could open it.
Yeah.
And I figured out how to change the times.
Yes.
So I
No
would manipulate
way.
the time. I would go up there and like say I clocked
Get
that too,
the
but I would
fuck
Allegedly.
Here.
Allegedly.
No,
Allegedly.
I absolutely did. I'm just gonna own it.
Allegedly.
That's amazing.
But I would
yeah,
100%.
allegedly. Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, I worked 20 hours this weekend. Boom. like 10-hour days.
Yeah, 10-hour days, absolutely.
Because it was
Jesus,
just like
man.
the Wild West. Like you would just take your card up to the rec department and put
Yeah.
it in the mailbox.
Dude, that was you just
And
put it in the
it's-
mailbox. You're like, all right, cool, check next
Boom,
week. Like,
dude.
and you got paid every week.
Yeah, dude. Once
So
a
it was
week.
like $700 a week. You're like, yeah, I worked that many hours for 700. Like,
crazy.
dude, I didn't work that much.
But I remember when I
But-
first started trying to like take it serious, and like they were like, I got like a lecture from the guy. I was like, okay,
I
this is
did
a
too.
paid park.
Yep.
You got to charge people. And so I remember just being like I felt like such an asshole, but I was like, hey man, it's kind of like, I don't know what it was, like $3 a day, $5 a day, something like that. And after like the first couple of weeks, I was like, I can't do this anymore.
No.
And people would come
There's-
up
yeah.
and be like, are you going to make me pay for real?
They would always do
Again?
that. Like, every try. They would always do
And then the
that.
money would just disappear. And I'm like, okay, are they
Yeah,
coming
I don't
to
know
get
what's
it?
going on with
Because
that.
I wasn't taking it.
I wasn't taking it either. The money would just,
It would just, I would come in and the register was empty.
actually,
And I was like, okay, are they just stealing this shit?
Yeah.
Or like, what's happening?
so at one point that park was doing really good. And I'm like, when I was working there and I was a junior in high school.
Was there still the shop inside?
I talked to Peter and like, I forget who brought it up. It was either me that brought it up to Peter or Peter that brought it up to me, but we wanted to do like a little separate faith in there or like a shop in there. And we did.
Okay. Well, when it first started,
Yeah.
there was a shop. There was like there was a full blown skate
Yeah.
shop, and then I'm talking about the early days when the park
Yeah.
first opened.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, man. We got to get the guy because I've
I'm
heard
telling
stories.
you,
It was
man.
just like one dude who like built the whole park.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It was, man.
I don't know who it was. Anybody out there listening?
Yeah.
There's a lot of like. I've had a lot of
Oh,
like
man.
Alabama skate historians hit me up and be like, "Oh, you need to talk to this guy and talk to this guy.
Yeah.
Who built the Sanctuary Park?"
That's a good.
That's-
a
I
really
wanna
good
meet that guy.
question, man. You guys should. Yeah, that's
Because I heard through the grapevine, it was basically like he was like the man behind it. It was like, I'm gonna build a skate park in my hometown or something, and basically, yeah, just went up there and did it. I don't know. I don't know if any of that's true.
That's in. Gracias, amigo. So, I mean, and even before that, so I gotta talk about this, right?
We're all over the place. I don't even.
We
know.
are
We've
all-
lost our timeline a little
We
bit.
are all
Yeah.
over the place. We'll get back to it.
We'll get
It's
back to
fine.
it. It's fine.
So I was always hanging out with Riley. Always with his
What's
friends.
the age difference?
He is 35. I turned 31 this month
Okay.
on
That's
the,
our
on the
difference.
27th.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like 4.5, something like that.
Yeah, me and you, what?
Something like
3.5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was me, Riley, Creighton Tynes, and Jonathan Bailey back in the day, and we were called the Mini Mafia. We were always at Faith, dude, always there, right? And like we actually made a video called Modern Art that nobody's seen. I don't know where the footage is. I skated to Misfits Attitude because I had the worst attitude. I was a little shithead, you know? And
Okay.
I was like olling off dugouts in Vestavia at an elementary school, like olling off dugouts. My ollies used to be like ollie, and I would just nosedive and land like straight into the ground, but I would land
Like
It
no
was-
speed, just like
It was
straight down. Full
yeah, but
impact.
it was like ollie, and I would land on the ground like that. Like my front trucks would do that, and I couldn't bend back the tweak or whatever. I was just I didn't even know if I was trying to tweak. I just couldn't ollie. I
Just
guess
wanted to land on bolts.
I just wanted to land things.
Just want to land on the board, man.
But I had to talk about that real quick because that Mini Mafia was a pretty funny thing.
Well, dude, I was
at
trying to
Faith.
like surf out, trying to prepare for this and trying to surf out videos and stuff. Man, you had a couple of Transworld spots
Yeah.
that were really cool. I feel like there was a video both that you did, and I thought you had one and Alan Poole had one.
Yeah,
It's called like 1 in a Million.
it was 1 in a million.
I can't find that video. I guess
It's-
that turned
it's-
into
it's
a
on
TV
Vimeo.
show. It's on Vimeo.
It's on
okay.
Vimeo. You would know more.
It's not on YouTube.
I'm not a computer guy, so
Okay. Isn't Unfocused is still on Vimeo?
Unfocused is still on Vimeo.
Okay. I didn't think about Vimeo, man. I was surfing through YouTube
Vimeo
and
goes off now.
was
There's
like, where
some
are the-
there's some really old Faith. Peter actually I posted something on Instagram. Peter was like, "Dude, where in the hell did you find that footage?" I was like, "Dude, it's on Vimeo, bro."
Oh, is that the one where you nollie heeled or something into like this ditch?
Yeah,
And then you ride down and then you like
I watched that.
do like
Oh,
a
no,
thread
no.
the needle thing or something?
Okay, that
That was something you posted
Dude,
recently. Scroll down.
that was the first thing
It's
I
right
just
here.
posted. So that
Final Cut Pro 7 or something, man. Look at that.
all right. So I went to elementary school there. That's
Okay.
that's West. That's that school above the skate park in
Ooh, dude,
Vestavia.
you're going so fast. Look at that.
So I used to smoke weed, right? I don't.
I mean, yeah.
Didn't
Yeah.
we all?
Yeah, right. I don't anymore. But this day, me and my buddy Clayton, Clayton Krause, he got me into bombing hills on like longboards, and like we would bomb that hill in front of the high school, like the Vestavia Hills High School, and then bomb all the way down. Like we would go like 40 miles an hour.
Dude, that's crazy.
Got super into it. And I was finding every fucking hill we could go to, and like I got pulled in by my brother Riley to this hill in Irondale and went 55. Riley was
Oh.
behind. My trucks were rattling. I had no helmet, nothing on, like
Are you on a longboard? Or you
I'm
sitting
on a longboard.
Okay.
And like I just have all my weight on the front, pretty much. Just a little toe on the back, and just like all my front truck's just wobbling. I made it out alive. But Clayton and I would bomb hills so much that I would go to Vestavia we would go do that, and then I'd come back to Vestavia Park and skate. And when I was skating, I was like, damn, I'm going really slow right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was just going 40, and now like dropping on this big roll in seems like I'm going like
It probably helped you in a lot
5
of ways.
and it did. So I started skating, I guess, fast to other people, but to me it felt really slow,
Man.
right? So when I was doing that, I guess it did help me to where I like could gain my knowledge of what I could do
Yeah.
as far as speed goes. I was looking at that spot in 3rd grade, right?
Really?
Yeah. And third grade, I was looking at that spot and I was like, dude, this could be possible. I was like, there's no way in hell I'm doing
What
this
was
at eight,
that
at
you
8
shot
years
your
old.
board under? Is it like
That's a sidewalk. So it's a
sidewalk that just has
sidewalk
a
and there's a
drainage ditch?
drain under. Yeah. And so Peter hit me up. He's like, hey, I'm in Vestavia. I got the camera. And Dwayne was there too. And
Dwayne?
yeah, Dwayne.
Dude, you're going so fast, man.
Love
That's
Dwayne.
fucking crazy.
So why that never made it in a video is because Stuart Morgan sat on the camera bag at the shop and broke the microphone.
Oh, really?
So
Love
there's
you,
no
Stuart. Yeah, so there's no sound. It was literally like barely just sound. So he hit me up and I was smoking a blunt with my friend Clayton that day. We just got out of high school. Peter hits me up. He's like, hey, what's up with this ditch spot or like whatever you've been talking about? I was like, dude, meet me in my elementary school.
Now, at the time, were you guys just
didn't-
filming for filming sake, or were you actually
Yeah,
trying
man.
to do
I was
something?
just always trying to film. I
Yeah.
was always trying to be in the streets because we didn't have really a skate park.
Right.
Like we did, but you always try to be in the streets. Always try to film. And I don't know, just like growing up in Birmingham without a skate park for so long, you love the streets. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You know, and
No, I definitely get that, and I think
Yeah.
we didn't really have a lot of park rats. You know, 'cause there was
No.
no park.
Yeah.
So yeah, you kind of had to just get used to like the rough ass concrete. And
it's the best. So, yeah, and dude, that drain was pretty rough. So I get in smoking. I'm like, shit, I'm kind of high, dude. Like, you know, I'm like, I don't know if I'm like Peter, like, yeah, sure, I'll meet you there.
let's do it.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever, dude. I was like, Clayton, I'm gonna go meet Peter there. And I was actually, wanted to bring this up. It's because like back in the day, it used to be like secret filming missions, like not that like no homies could come. You know, like I remember Hardy.
So is this kind of leading up to the first Faith video, Reason to Believe? Like, this
Yeah.
is, like,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Well, I say first Faith video. There's the first shot video.
yeah, there's
the
the first
OG
shot video, yeah,
but then
and
like,
then
the
reason to believe, and then reason to believe.
Right. Right.
So funny. But yeah, they would leave 23rd and Mag, the shop, and like the mini mafia would have to stay back, and the Faith dudes would go.
Just so you're trying to
like,
hide your own tricks from and this before
And they're
Instagram and all
yes,
that stuff. You know,
dude.
so
Yes. So
times
there's
have changed, but
times have changed. So you're like all the homies want to go
Yeah.
at this point. Like later on,
Sure.
when Instagram hit, like it's like everybody wanted to be cool with everybody. I don't know. I thought that was funny.
Did you have a part in the Reason to Believe video?
Which one?
The first one.
I had a little.
I know there was a friend
section.
section that had
I had
like,
a,
everybody.
I had a little section in the friends part.
Okay.
I had 2 tricks, and one of those. We'll get to that.
Okay.
We-
I know. I saw your. I know you had a full part. You had the ending part, maybe. And
I had
reason
the.
to,
I had the
Reason to
first
Believe
part.
second one.
I had the first part.
Okay.
Jacob had the last part because it was
Jacob.
It was Buck.
Rips, man. Yeah, he's good.
Jacob is probably one of the best people I've ever seen skate in person when he was like really like
in his prime. Yeah.
dude, it was wild. Like he could learn anything, do anything. So that day I was like, I met him, and then I was doing the nollie flip and on ollie into that ditch. And the first one I tried, I just like jumped over it, almost clipped my feet, and just went straight to my ass and slid. And I was like, okay, but this is possible. Like I was fucking hauling ass, dude. And like to warm up for it, I would just like drop in on the whole bank and then
Just doing the thread the needle part.
yeah, man.
Just seeing
Because
if it's
I was like, yeah, just seeing if like am I?
and it's a huge.
die?
I mean, it's the width
Dude,
of this table. You know what I mean?
It is. It is. It was a lot. It was a lot wider than I thought. Honestly.
Yeah, that's a lot of airtime, and just praying that your board's gonna be there.
Be there when you
Yeah,
It
man.
doesn't just shoot off.
So like the first one I landed on, I went straight into my ass, and I was like, oh my god, this is it. Like I can do this today, and I'm stoned at the point. And I'm like, fuck, I can do this today.
Get sober. Get sober.
Yeah,
Get sober.
I'm like, please God, just land the nollie flip, because I was having troubles doing the nollie flip, because I was like 16,
Yeah.
and It worked out, and that was one of like the best moments of my life on a skateboard. To be honest, with you.
Really, man, you have those key moments where you're like, I was
Dude,
on.
I
that
was
day,
I
you know what
was
mean?
on that day stoned somehow.
But that
Um,
footage actually didn't end up in any project. It was just
Nothing,
kind of a
dude.
loose footage. Really?
Yeah, it was a loose feather. So I mean, I don't know. Things like that happen, and you just have to kind of roll with it.
Well, you obviously started progressing in skating. Anybody who kind of grew up the past 15, 20 years, with all the parks we talked about and stuff, you were definitely a staple, and I would see you out skating and stuff.
I
And,
appreciate
like,
it.
I was like, dude, he shreds, man. And y'all had like the tight faith crew that everybody rolled with and stuff.
Yeah, we were pretty clicky, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
We were pretty clicky,
I mean,
guys.
everybody was nice to me.
Yeah.
Craig was always really cool and like.
Craig's the best, dude.
Um,
That's how I moved to California. It's because of him.
Really?
Yeah, Craig.
Okay.
I hit him up and was like, "Hey, Craig, can I stay?"
Yeah, I know a lot of people migrated out there, and it's just kind of leading up to the Reason to Believe video. A lot of hype around that. That's
Yeah.
when James started coming around,
Yep.
and yeah. So at the time when they're filming, and I think that was a film put on by Joel Dembowski. I think Joel.
Amazing video cinematographer.
Yeah, and
Amazing.
I think the
Like-
last time we had Ben on, he said he's just like a civil engineer or like an architect or something.
I
now.
guess, man.
Living out in Atlanta, he's not even.
I guess.
I don't know.
Ben
I
would
may
know
be
more
making
than
that up.
me.
Yeah.
Which man, I would love to see Ben while I'm in town. I'm hoping I do.
Yeah, he's a little hard to get in touch with. He's not on social media or anything.
No, he's
so-
not, and I don't have his number.
I got you.
Oh, he's got it. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll hook you up, dude. Yeah,
hook me up,
put
dude.
you in touch, man.
Can
We
I
hang out
get
with him.
Ben's
No big
number,
deal.
man?
Yeah.
So, let's see. We're around that time, and so like after all that, I am just so what I'm filming for. I guess I don't know. I'm just filming and
Just filming, getting
filming,
footage.
and
Were you trying at the time to like maybe get on flow or anything like that? I mean,
right.
obviously,
So
Peter's
this is
probably
where it
hooking you up.
comes down to. I was 15 right there. I was 15 right there, not 16. Or like just turning 16 because I could drive. I took my car there. So word and day, I'm working at Vestavia Skate Park, and Peter hits me up and he's like, "Hey, so like some dudes are gonna call you today," and I'm like, "What do you mean?" It's like, and I was like, "What do you mean, dudes are gonna call me?" He's like, "So Mike Sinclair is like the team manager of Tom Yeto and like
Yeah.
Foundation and Toy Machine. He's gonna call you and see what's up." And I was like, "Word." So like right as I get off the phone with Peter, I get hit up by Sinclair, and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on? What is going on?"
Hello, sir.
Yeah, like, hey man, what's the deal? Like,
How goes the deal,
yeah.
brother?
Yeah, so he's like, "Hey, Daniel, I saw your footage. Peter sent it to me."
Okay. Oh, so Peter had you like a sponsor tape or something.
So it was either Peter or this guy named Reese. This guy named Reese, he either lived in Chattanooga. I think it was either Knoxville, Chattanooga, or Nashville. Either one, but this dude Reese liked my footage, and he had an in.
Okay.
And Peter and Reese were homies.
Sweet.
And I think Peter pushed my footage to Reese, and Reese pushed it to Sinclair. I'm pretty sure that's how that worked. How else would Reese get my footage?
Yeah.
So I get a call, and I'm like, "What's up, Sinclair? I don't know you." He's like, "How do you feel about writing for Foundation?" And I'm like, "Sold."
Yeah, dude.
I was like, "I'm super down."
Dude, Foundation, man.
And that was my third skate video I ever saw was Art Bars.
Art bars.
Yeah, and I
Dude,
was
you had a
fucking
part
stoked.
that it's fucking crazy that you just said art bars because I was literally watching anything I could find. I was just like Daniel Cutcliffe, Alabama skateboarding, just
Yeah.
finding like random stuff. Some of that shit's like 11 years old that I was finding on
There
YouTube.
is, yeah. Some
But there
old
was
stuff.
one video. It may have been the.
Do you remember?
What was it? No, there was like a couple of projects that you were part
Wild
of.
Power?
Wild Power had Sierra Fellers.
Yeah.
And,
Wild
and
Power
the way
was-
they edited it, I don't know if it was that one or one of the other ones I saw, but it had very art bars.
Yep.
It like the
Yep.
little
So
the
that was the
edits in
mentality
middle
of
and
it.
stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that seems like art bars, you know?
That was Cricket, Mike Marasco, and Eric Longden.
Okay.
They did videos like Viva Marina, if you've ever seen that. I'm a skate nerd. Like, I get on Thrasher every day of my life. I get on any skate website. I am a skate nerd.
Your depth of knowledge
all.
is probably far superior to mine then. But
No, it's not even, dude. I just love it so much, man.
Yeah.
Like before I even came here today, I'm like out looking at spots. Like I bombed a hill this morning because we don't have hills in Charleston. It's all flat, so I'm like, dude, I'm getting my hills in. So
you swing by Corduroy Crocodile.
I did actually. I went to Mama Goldberg's this morning. I love Mama Goldberg's. I love soggy sandwiches. I don't know what it is, but I love.
Throw that puppy in the steamer.
Yeah.
It's not soggy enough. Let's dip it in some water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome. Yeah, and the soggy nachos too. You gotta have those.
You gotta. God.
So, dude, it was amazing with that sweet tea. It was bomb. So that was like, yeah. I looked at Corey Crocodile right after that this morning. So, like, back to Sinclair.
So you're on the phone with Sinclair.
Yeah.
You got a potential to be on Flow or part of Foundation. At what point? So I mean, that
was the first call from the first guy.
This is after the That's Life video, or is this around Cataclysmic Abyss? Or
this is right after I can't even. I'm not even gonna try.
Cataclysmic Abyss. Yes.
Cataclysmic Abyss. There we go.
But Foundation, man, dude.
Yeah.
What a rad team,
I was so stoked, man. I couldn't believe it. And
so how'd the phone call go?
that was amazing.
Okay.
It was amazing.
You didn't dork it up?
I definitely did. I actually probably didn't because I was probably really stoned at the point. Like I used to smoke a lot of weed. I haven't smoked weed in like 8 years almost is what it seems like. I mean, like if I had, I don't remember it, and it just gives me anxiety at this point.
Dude, same.
Can't do it,
dude.
So
that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
As I got older, man, I just realized I couldn't smoke weed.
Yeah,
I just
it's not possible.
We all got phased
it's not
out.
fun.
Yeah.
You're
like, hey, anxiety, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I started
Can't
worrying
do that.
about like, I don't spend enough time with my parents. Oh man, like, what if I get laid off?
That's
like,
awesome.
Am I gonna be able to pay my bills? I would worry about stuff that
I
you're
didn't
not,
feed my pet today.
like shit. You
Yeah,
should probably worry about some, but not to a
yeah.
degree where it's like paralyzing anxiety.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Principles, man. Big things. So
I'm
after
glad I'm not alone. Okay.
after that phone call, I mean, dude, it was like back to back. It was like, get off the phone. My phone rings again, and I'm like, who the fuck is this from California? Pick up the phone. Hey, Daniel, this is Mario Miller. I'm wondering if you want to ride for Circa, and I'm like,
Dude,
whoa, really?
on right now.
Circa.
This is all in the same,
Throwing it back.
dude, this is all in 15 minutes.
Wow.
So you can imagine, like a kid at 16 years old, probably stoned, gets off the phone with both of these phone calls, and you're like, I was like, what am I doing right now? Who can I tell? And we don't have Instagram at that point, and I'm like, thank God I didn't. I probably would have blown it.
MySpace.
Yeah, so yeah, I could have definitely
about that.
could have easily MySpaced it. Dude, my MySpace was so terrible. Anyway, I get off the phone with Mario. That phone call went awesome. I love Mario. He eventually, so I've gone through like Circa and then tore my ACL. Circa went out. I got on Decline because Sinclair was doing Decline out of
all the dying
Tomato.
shoe companies.
I got on every
Decline
dying shoe
was the
company.
shit.
You know what?
Yes, it was.
Decline was the shit. You know what's funny? Actually, I did almost get on all the dying shoe companies. Circa, Decline,
Duff.
Circa again, Supra.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Dude, that's a
dude,
big one,
Supra
man.
was hooking it up. Yeah, and I mean, dude, they would send me anything I asked for. It
Dude,
was
that's awesome.
and that's probably. I mean, they're owned by K Swiss or like whatever owns K Swiss.
Yeah.
So they, I mean, it's like I.
Well, let's hit the rewind. So
Yeah.
you're on Circa and Foundation. And
Yeah.
what are these phone calls about? They just want to put you on Flow? And
Yeah,
like,
they just want to put me on
start
flow.
getting you footage?
Start giving me, yeah.
Yeah.
And dude, I remember it like yesterday. Like coming home from high school, and like
Package.
both boxes were there. Like big box of Circas, and a board leaning on the door, and I was like, I'm gonna cry right now.
Dude.
You know, like I'm
Yeah, for any
pissing my
kid that wants to
fucking
make it.
pants.
Yes, yeah.
That's awesome.
Dude, I was so stoked. So shout out Reese and Peter. Like, I don't know how that happened, but that was a big moment in my life for sure. And like, I was like, okay, this could happen.
Yeah.
Like, I could possibly go somewhere
And actually do this.
and
in
actually
some
do
capacity.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, to some capacity.
Which is the dream, man. I mean, that's,
It is like
do it in any capacity,
Yeah.
I knew pretty early on that was not in the cards. I mentioned Alan Poole earlier. We were like, he grew
Loved
up
Alan.
in Hueytown, and I grew up in Pleasant Grove, and those cities are like
R.I.P.
this.
baby.
Yeah, no, R.I.P. to him.
Yeah.
But before he really took off and
Here, I'll
joined
do
Faith,
this for him.
pour one out for the
I'll
homie. Yeah.
pour one out into the beer.
But before he really blew up and got on Faith's radar and stuff, we were skating a little bit, and I knew immediately. I was like, okay, he has what it takes.
He's got it.
And
Alan was
dude, he was
special.
on fire, man. But that
Dude.
was just kind of like, I was like, okay, maybe I could probably
Special,
be a filmer. You
but
know? Like,
but not very up here.
yeah,
Unfortunately,
I mean, we talked about drugs earlier, and
Yeah,
and don't
that's-
do drugs, man.
just don't do
If anybody's
drugs.
listening, you're like, I think I'm gonna do drugs today.
Yeah,
Maybe
probably
just
a bad idea.
Just go drink a bottle of water and
Yeah.
go skate. Or just-
Drugs
yeah,
will ruin your life,
they really will.
and like, yeah, you
Even
just-
this can ruin your life. I mean, I've
Even
seen some people throw their lives away on
this
man.
starts with it.
Yeah,
Like, but it's game day, baby. It's Roll Tide day, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna have myself a beer.
there's an exception.
Yeah, I'm gonna have myself beer or 5 today, maybe.
Yeah, you gotta take it easy
Yeah.
with these hazy snakes.
Yeah,
man.
I
They'll,
do. I
uh,
just
they'll get
realized
you.
that, dude. Just kind of got there. Eccentric Southern Ale. All right, so after those phone calls, I start getting kind of serious
Now you're still
about
in-
like what I want to, like how a part wants to look, and I'm OCD.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I I'm a kid, dude. I'm like a skate nerd. I'm like in school writing spot lists and what I want to do on them. Like taking this to Cricket and Peter, and they're like, "You're full of shit." And some of them I was like, or like I were, whatever. I'd get to the spot and be like, oh, "Fuck, I'm not doing this today." Like,
Oh,
you know,
man.
I would like, dude, it would suck. Like, and then like some days I would get there and just be like, "All right, it's go time." You know, like I like skateboarding is a roller coaster.
Dude, the whole internal battle. Yeah.
It is, yeah, man. It is so gnarly mental, and even today, like I'm about to turn 31, but like in my head, I'm like, dude, I feel like I can do anything.
Yeah.
But then you put your body on the line, and you're like, I'm not doing this today. But then I was capable
Yeah.
all around, and like it was amazing, dude. That was, yeah. I felt like it was like a superpower, you know, like knowing. At one point, I was just like, dude, the sky's the limit with skateboarding.
So what was the first, like, you had these spots in mind and you knew stuff
Yeah.
you wanted to film. Did you know, like, okay, I'm just going to put together, like, another badass tape to send off to maybe
I
other
didn't
sponsors?
No,
Or
actually,
you had no,
I
you're
should
just
have.
like, I'm just going to film.
Alex,
That's
you're
all I'm
smarter.
gonna do.
You're smarter than me, Alex. So I probably should have done that.
Well, I
you know?
mean, no. Hindsight is 2020.
I should have thought about that then.
But you seem pretty, like you had your focus and stuff.
I did, man, and so basically, I didn't know what I was filming for.
Okay. So you got a couple of tricks. Obviously, the first Reason to Believe came out.
Yeah.
Epic. That video was amazing.
I appreciate it.
And
Yeah,
the whole,
yeah.
everybody who had a part in that was killing it. And then the premiere and just all the hype
premiere
around it
was
so
amazing,
fun, man. It was
dude.
so
I
cool.
cried for sure.
It was like at that
Cried.
strip club or whatever, and the Dunkin'
Yeah.
booth and the whole night. They had the spotlights and stuff.
It
I
was
like,
amazing.
Holy shit, this is crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy, dude. So let's see. I was working at Vestavia still, and then one day this random dude comes to the park. He's wearing, I still remember this yesterday, brown pants, tie-dyed slave T-shirt, it was Cricket, Mr. Christopher Thurber, and
I've not met Cricket, but I have.
We've heard a
James
lot about
talked
Cricket,
about him.
yeah.
A lot.
dude,
Yeah.
Cricket is the fucking best, man. And like, he comes up on the roll and he's all, hey, like, he's like, hey, my name's Cricket. Are you that kid that's sponsored by a foundation here? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, how do you know that? You
Yeah.
know? And he's like, hey, would you want to go film? I'm like, yeah, dude, whatever. I cool guyed the shit out of him.
Oh man.
Like badly. And I was like, holy shit. I told him about it later, but like the next day after that happened, I'm at Faith and he's there and Peter's like, hey, Daniel, you need to go film with this dude. And I'm like,
Oh,
So what
shit.
was he?
I'm like,
Was
fuck
was
me, dude.
just
I'm
the
like,
local
I'm
filmer?
such an asshole, huh?
Was he just like the local filmer, dude, or did he have like
Cricket.
a project, or what was he trying to do?
So Cricket lived with Leo Romero.
Oh, okay.
Like when Leo Romero got Skater of the Year, Leo had or Cricket had a bunch to deal with that footage,
Okay.
right? And I got to know Leo Romero pretty well.
Dude, he's like hands down. He's still
I love
shredding,
Leo,
dude.
man. Dude, Leo's so
I can't
gnarly.
believe he's still like at the
Dude.
level that he's at right now. Man,
So-
you follow his Instagram, he's still like
It's insane.
fucking crazy. Like, how can he still ollie? He could
Dude,
ollie up on this table.
he could ollie over my head.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
He's so good, and he's
and
been
he's
doing
like,
it
he's
for
my
so
height.
long.
Like I'm like 5'9". I'm 5'9" on a good day.
Yeah.
I'm 5'9", 5'10" on a good day. So Leo, exploited Cricket for what he's good at,
Footage.
and Cricket really engaged himself in filming, and like I thought that was just amazing that Cricket like committed to that. And he moved back to Birmingham. I think it was for his family. Said something to do with his family, maybe.
Was he living out west, or where was he?
Yeah. He was living in California for a long time. So he moved here, and then I met him that day, and then the next day, I'm like, shit, I'm an asshole.
So he still wanted to go film and do stuff.
Dude, he did. And
Okay.
and he was like, hey, let's go. And I was like, word, this is the first day in the car with Cricket, just him and I. Don't know this guy at all.
Okay.
And dude, we get 3 really good clips, like back to back to back that day.
Where'd you go?
And I
Do you remember?
Is this stuff
I
in
do.
Your, stuff in your spot book? Or places
This-
he's taking you?
some stuff in my spot book. And it's funny that you asked that because Cricket had already gone around town. Looked like he didn't really know Birmingham. He went to Alabama, Roll Tide, but like he didn't know Birmingham.
Yeah.
And I was just like, how do you know where the spot is? You
Yeah.
know? Mesa Airport Gap, if you guys know what that is. So, like I'm saying, I'm a skate nerd, boys. So it's
Is that 35th Street?
pretty
Is that
bad.
the loading dock? The red loading dock?
no, that's Tire Gap.
Tire Gap.
That's
yeah, okay,
Tire
that's the
Gap.
Tire factory. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Messer Airport.
Messer Airport Gap it's on Messer Airport Highway, but it's like in those little buildings to the left, and there's a gap, and like Fitty, I think ollied. There's a big bump to bar there that's like really narrow.
I'm drawing a blank. No.
I know there's like little gaps there that we'd all skate to. Anyway, there's a bigger gap there, but in the back there's a loading dock like with a handrail.
Okay.
And it's quick throwdown, and like quick throwdown, Nolly healed it. And then we went to that was first spot. And then second spot was like the loading dock with a bar on top. That's like south side, like it's like one of those like kind of west side streets that you would never go down. It's like a loading dock that goes up, and I 5-0'd and 180'd.
Okay.
Like 5-0 when that was second. Coming to think of it, I can't think of the damn third one. But I know I filmed 3 tricks with him that day, and they were all like, so Cricket got me into saying like, I would look at the footage, he'd be like, that's Half-Life. Like, that ain't cutting it. That's not gonna go in your part.
Damn.
Like, no, I mean,
Well, I always heard Joel was the same way with his filming. He would just like make
Absolutely.
you cut so much stuff. You're like, what the fuck?
it's
I bled for that part. And he's
Yes,
like, no, it's not good enough.
It's not good enough.
not
Or you do it like 3 times
Just to get it. Like,
and it's still not good enough.
No, no.
you got to go back. Yeah.
Dude, and like I was like, oh my fucking God, you know what I mean?
Because they can see it unbiased, whereas
Dude,
you
they
poured
can.
into it and you're like, no, that's
Dude,
good
he
enough.
lived with Leo Romero. He
Yeah.
knows.
Yeah.
He's like, this shit ain't gonna cut it, bro. This is Half-Life. So there was like, so I was like, what is Full Life? You know, I was like, what is Full Life? What does that mean? Is that gonna make it? So I started filming with Cricket, all the time. Man.
Did you guys know?
That's
what you were
when
gonna
Wild
do?
Power happened.
Wild Power.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
cool.
I didn't know I was actually filming for Wild Power, and Cricket actually didn't either. So when Cricket moved away from his friends Mike Marasco and Eric Longden, his other 2 filmers, they were all like this just trifecta of the
best filmers, yeah.
yeah, they were killing it, dude. And they asked Cricket like, hey, you got any kids over there in Birmingham that you've been filming with that would want a part in Wild Power? And it premiered in LA. I tore my ACL filming for Wild Power, not even knowing I was filming for Wild Power.
Yeah. Ben had a similar story with the Label Kills video. He said that like
Yeah.
he was just kind of filming, and then like
Yeah.
they kind of just took all his footage and cut it together. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm paraphrasing, but basically they were like, "Oh, here's your part." You know, he's like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'm
Oh.
on Label now, and this is my part for Label Kills."
Gilly is the best, dude.
Yeah.
Growing up with that dude made me want to skate faster anyway. I think for anybody, you're like, holy shit, that guy's really gnarly.
Gotta keep up.
Got to keep up.
Yeah.
And I'm like 5. Got to keep up. And that's what it was. Like I was like 7 years old hanging out with 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds all the time.
Well, iron sharpens iron, man. So that's probably a good thing. They kind of pushed you to be
Yeah,
more than
dude.
like if you were hanging out with other kids.
But I was a
your age.
shithead.
Yeah.
And
Well-
so they tormented me, but not really tormented me. Like I loved them all.
Yeah.
Like still, I love everybody, dude. Like you should always forgive and forget people, man, because you never know what can happen in life.
True.
And that's
So Wild Power
Yeah,
came out
that's it.
before the second Reason to Believe. Is that? Am I getting my timeline straight?
yes, it did. Yeah, or
Okay.
yeah, you're right. So Wild Power came out before Reason to Believe, and then I tore my ACL, PCL, cartilage, both meniscus. I
Is there footage of that?
Blew my shit out. So,
Because I was looking through your footage. He always gets like,
dude,
I was
I'm in the same boat,
dude,
man.
I was
same
gonna
boat.
tell the.
Fucking
I
hell.
was gonna tell the Jason Salilius pyramid story. I was there that day, dude.
Want to hear
No,
it.
we're not gonna tell that story. But I was
Mm-mm.
watching your footage because you backtailed the Sloss rail.
Yeah,
Which was fucking killer, man. That's a
I was
gnarly rail,
stoked.
and it's
I
an
was stoked.
uphill push to
Yeah.
get to it. But you were trying some other trick a different day, or you changed
I got
clothes,
sacked on that.
and you
bitch
like
real hard.
tweaked your foot, and you were
Yeah,
like,
so that's what started. That's what started it all.
because you were sitting on the ground, and you're like, dude, I don't know what I did to my knee.
I
don't
just-
know what I did. I'm done.
So Cricket and I watched that footage later that night. I was trying to nollie back grind the rail.
Okay.
We were at Burnt Down Shoe Factory and little Homewood Skate Park handrail, and I was nollie back grinding it over and over and over. And I was like, Cricket, let's go to Sloss. I'm pretty sure I can do this. And like it's so funny, you can take it from going from a rail that's like this big, it seems like the little Homewood Park handrail, to Sloss, and it just like works mentally if you go fast enough
Well,
and
maybe
like pop
for
right.
you. Sure.
I don't know. Like it can. Like I don't know. It really can. Like if you go from a curb, that's how David Reyes does it. Like he learns tricks on a crack on the ground.
He's just like, all right, take it to El Toro.
Yeah,
That's what I was gonna say. Curb the El Toro.
But David's really gnarly. David is so gnarly. He loves handrails. But like, so we went there, and like I said, I'm OCD, man. And like with Peter Carvenan, dude, growing up with him, lock in, ollie, lock in, pop out, with everything. Act like make the footage look like you know what you're doing. Otherwise, people are going to be really scared to watch you skateboard. And we know those people.
You don't want to look like you're just kind of falling off the rail.
Dude,
It's like, dude,
hell
I
no.
am intentionally.
Yeah,
I leave
that's
the rail when I'm ready
that's
to leave the rail.
Half-Life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at that point, that's Half-Life, and you're like,
Well, dude, pull up. Not to derail you from your sloth story.
No,
but
you're
have
fine.
this clip. The third clip on the top. Third clip. On the top.
Third
clip top.
This one?
Oh God,
this
yeah.
one
So
right
this
here.
is in California.
So I don't know when this was. But yeah,
And-
you push and you go and you
Oh, I
jump
saw
on and
this.
just
Yeah,
crash.
that was what's funny about that, guys, is that.
But then you come back and do it. Check
No,
this
no,
out.
no.
Like, ollie on 50,
I actually
pop
did
out.
it. That was after I did it.
Oh, really? You were trying to go back for sloppy
I was
seconds.
going back for B-side clip, like a throwdown ollie. I was ollieing to it just to grind and then jump off. For like
Oh,
you could
just
see,
so you could cut 'em together.
see him. To cut them together. And I told my homie Austin that was there with me,
Through the tree, man. That's crazy.
dude.
And dude, that rail where it's kinked out on the side. For
On the
anybody that's
side.
listening, we have a YouTube channel where you can watch all the videos we talk about.
Oh, and
But
Yeah.
dude, I'm like, how did you not just like smash your face? Because like at the base of this rail,
So I'll tell you how that
it
works.
kinks. It's like a 90-degree kink.
Yeah,
Like I've never even seen a handrail with this. But
I
that
hadn't either.
That is
man,
like
and I was-
terrifying that you would
It
even try to
was
skate down.
terrifying. So yeah, like I said, that was after I landed it. I was like, my adrenaline was so high, and then it like leveled out, and I was chilling, and I was like, oh shit, I should just do a B-side. So I'll just jump on it again, just to like jump on it, grind, and then jump off, because I was doing that from the get go just to warm up with it.
Yeah.
And I get straight into Smith grind, and my foot goes straight into 50 on the front. Like my back goes Smith, my front's 50. And I'm like, all right, I'm dead. So
I guess you didn't get too worked.
no, I didn't actually. I sacked the rail with my left leg on my thigh, thank God. And then like I grabbed the rail and like tucked my head and like hurricane down, and my head at the end, like underneath that kink, was a rock that was like this big, and my head came like this close to it. And I get up and I'm just like, I'm at the bottom laughing. And Austin, my homie Austin's like, dude, are you okay?
Dude.
And I was like, dude, let's get the fuck
I'm done.
out of
It's time
here.
to
But yeah, I mean, that was like, I was going through some shit in my life at that moment when I did that. And I was just like, I need something that's going to get my morale back up.
I'll do it, man. That was sick.
And that's what did it. It did.
All right, so let's rewind. You're going back to Sloss to get your nollie back 50,
Yeah.
I guess.
I
And,
just want to do that. Isn't that funny? I
mean,
have, I have a
throw 'em
thing
on.
with sunglasses. It's really bad.
dude, it's kind of bright down here. Not really.
No,
It's a
hell
dark
no.
basement.
So, all right. So, I'm trying to nollie back 50. And I was getting a nollie back 50s really good. Like, we
Practice at
call it
the-
the opposite grind or the oppo grind. You're like, you know,
I don't
like,
ever know.
where your back,
Everybody's saying toe side and hillside now.
toe side, heel side bullshit. Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like, so I call it the oppo grind because of my friend. And that kind of makes sense because you're like, when you get into a back 50 or you get into a front 50, like Gilly does, like your heel's over here and your toes over here and you're grinding a 50-50.
Okay.
You know, like
But
this
you're-
wheel's
you're
locked
kinda
in and this wheel's
slightly-
locked in.
Oh, wow.
Right,
So that's
right.
like very subtle.
Yeah, and it's a straight line after that. So like once this wheel's locked in, this wheel's locked in, it's a straight line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's just all heel side, and you never want to be all toes because that is one of the scariest moments in your entire life.
All toes or all heels?
All toes.
All toes.
All heels is fine. All heels was on that 50 that I did, but like all toes, dude, you are a god for making it out of something. And I've
I feel like
anytime
if
I
you
get in all
pop
toes,
off, at least you could like your
Sack
knees
your-
bend
No,
this
no,
way.
no.
Hit your
doing
ribs.
Shinners.
Yeah,
shins,
shinners,
all-
yeah.
Like all,
I'm with
no.
So it'd be better to fall back than to fall forward, I guess.
absolutely
Okay.
any day of the week. So
The finer points of skateboarding.
I'm doing nollie back 50, and I'm getting in like at nollie lock in,
Okay.
and I'm one ollie out, but I'm dropping out. I could have landed a lot of them, but I didn't want to because I'm so OCD. I will not land something. Now I will. Like last night, I kickflipped that thing at the skate park, and I was just like, I'll take it. I don't give a shit, you know.
Okay.
But then, and when I knew like I'm fine, I know I can do this. I I was like, go a little slower, and I like got in a nollie back wheelie grind, slipped out, and my like.
It's not too gnarly. It's really not that bad.
Okay.
But basically,
Zach.
I just don't know.
you kind of did the splits a little bit.
Gosh,
But basically,
all right,
your back
so
foot, like your toe hit.
My-
and
all right,
it kind
so-
of bent over.
My board landed on my right foot. My board landed on my right foot. My left leg went that way, and like all my body went that way. And like Cricket and I looked at the footage that night, and like my head and my ankle were like this close together. And I said to Cricket, I was like, "Ah, shit! Like I think I just L'd my leg." And like I don't think like I just did something to my leg. I don't think something's wrong. Something's right. He's like, chill.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit. And I ended up walking away, right? And then going to see a doctor. Pretty sure I tore my meniscus. For sure.
Okay, but that wasn't where you.
No.
You tore your ACL.
No. So I went to a doctor. He checked my ACL. It was fine. I believed him. And when
Doctor says I'm
and it
fine,
was
I'm good.
right. It was. I should have gotten an MRI. It would have shown that I probably tore both of my meniscus at that moment, or like one of them at least. Go to Oak Mountain. 2 weeks later, go to Oak Mountain State Park 13, and I'm 5-0ing it. And like on round bars, like if you like lock in on your back heel, you can like kind of your shoe will come off the tail a little bit and hit the rail, and it slings you forward. And like I did that a couple times, and I jumped forward one time, and my knee hurt so bad on the side, like the sides of my knee. I was like, "Fuck, Cricket, I don't know what's going on with my knee."
Just from a bail.
And running it out and the impact and stuff. Yeah, just from a bail, and it hurts super bad. I was like, you know what, dude, I got one more in me. I know I can do this, and I did it. I eventually did it, and
Is that when all the ladies are clapping for you?
that was that day, dude. That was amazing, and
They're all cheering and stuff, and you're like, fuck yeah.
I had a Coors Light.
That's a gnarly. Well, yeah, you like.
I had a Coors Light Foundation board because Angel Ramirez is from Foundation, or from Foundation. Yeah, he's born and raised Foundation.
Born and raised Foundation. Angel Ramirez. Man,
He's from Colorado, like Denver, Colorado, and that was like the Rockies or like the Coors board. So I like turned up like it was like a beer. I was a kid. Come on, make fun of me.
It was
please.
cool, dude. No, man. And you just 5-0'd like a big. That's a big rail. Anybody that's been the Oak Mountain Rail, man.
Yeah, I witnessed James front blunt it. Beast. You know,
dude,
like,
that rail is gnarly.
love James skating.
So did all this footage end up making it into the second reason to believe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I get better after my first ACL, all that jazz.
I guess after that trip, that's when you went back to the doctor and found out that, okay, your ACL is...
All right, so what happened is that I went to Oak Mountain, my knee starts hurting, and then a week later we're in Nashville, and before, like in Wild Power, I'm still filming for Wild Power, and I didn't really know, right? So we go to Nashville, and a week or like a month prior, I tried to kickflip the 18 stair there, and I stuck it second try. Cricket was filming with fisheye. I don't know what you were thinking.
Did you get that kickflip?
No,
So
man.
the footage, like
no.
you kickflip it, catch it perfect, you hit the bottom, and then you slide forward. It's like your weight was too far forward or something, I guess. Man.
I jumped down that thing 9 times that day.
18 stair?
Yeah, 9 times
Damn.
that day, and like I had like boys. I had like this like mindset. I was like, Cricket.
And you were doing it in a line too, right?
No.
Okay.
That day I was like, Cricket. I'm gonna go to Nashville, go to Legislative. I want to front 50 the handrail, pop into the bank, back 50 the handrail, pop into the bank, and kickflip to 18. Well, I got the 50s.
You got the 50s, yeah.
And then I started trying to kickflip, and I stuck it second go. And then like
I'm gonna cut that footage in because that shit is awesome.
It got
so big.
Thank you. That was a gnarly time in my life, and it got too dark and windy, right? And he's filming fisheye from the top, and I was like, kind of like not about it.
Yeah.
You know, it like didn't kind of do it justice of how it looks in fisheye.
Critiquing
Or
the
I'm sorry.
filmer.
Yeah, I know. And like
Bro, what are you doing?
cricket would be like, dude,
Get a 50
shut the fuck
millimeter
up.
prime,
Yeah.
man. What are you doing with
Yeah.
that fish eye? Get that shit out of here.
Yeah,
Definitely.
at that point I thought I was sick, but I wasn't. So
18 stairs, that's no walk in the park, man.
No.
That's fucking
it's a
giant.
long one. It's a long one. And
It's like
then so
2
that
seconds of airtime. Just like,
it really was, man. It felt like a
Fucking
parachute.
giant,
I
man.
should have had a parachute. So after that trip, that's when that's when the Sloss thing happened, the Nollie Back 50,
okay.
right? And then we go back to Nashville after the Oak Mountain thing, and I realized that something's wrong with my knee. But yeah, I didn't go get an MRI. I probably should have. So my knee's weak. We go to Nashville, filming all day. We go to the 18 again that day, and I'm like awing over the handrail into the bank, pushing like 7 times. Really OCD again, like 7 times. Kick flipping the 7 stair at like Mach 10 just to make sure like I have my shit together. And I did that 10 times in a row. Again, all these numbers mean something. I'm really OCD.
That's crazy.
And so I'm like, all right, good. I got this shit 10 times in a row. Like, all right, Cricket, I'm down. Let's do this. Like, first try, right? And like I said, I jumped down 9 times with a great knee, brand new knee. This day, I was like, here's one thing I'm going to tell everybody right now. It's like, first try this day, after I hurt my knee, my knee's weak. I throw down, I am juiced up. Kick flip, and I catch it, kick away, and instead of all those 9 times before, I turn my shoulders straight toward the set instead of keeping them parallel and going to my leg and going to my shoulder and sliding. This day, I kick flipped, caught it, kicked away, turned my shit straight, planted my left leg straight, and was like wobbled, and I felt everything. Like it
my
felt
God, are you
so gnarly in my knee, and I was like, "Yep, Cricket, I'm dead." Like I'm like sitting there in like agony, on like in pain, and like I was like, Jacob, give me a cigarette. And I'm like smoking a cigarette while like ashes are going in my eyes. And, like I couldn't even move, dude. And yeah, it was terrible. And fuck you, Cricket, because we were on the way home. Like I'm smoking weed at the time. On the way home, they stopped at Cracker Barrel and went inside and ate. And I'm sitting in the car just dying. Like
Are you
I
serious?
couldn't fucking
They
move.
left you in the car.
Dude, my shit looked like a spliff. Like my foot to my thigh literally looked like a spliff, like a
Damn.
like a joint. And I was just like, holy shit, dude, my shit is buckled.
We're gonna go get some. We're gonna get a Uncle Herschel special real quick. Just lay here. No big deal. Fuck, man. That's crazy.
yeah.
How old are you when this happened?
I was 19. I was 19 when I blew my whole shit out.
Damn.
And then it was 19, which was good. I wasn't 21 at the time. We'll get to that. So, like, I take physical therapy really, really seriously at this point. I'm 19. And I get better pretty quick. And
What is the physical therapy for an injury like that? I mean, I guess you
just straight pain.
You did tear. So let's recap. You tore your ACL. It was official. You went and got an MRI, and got a scan
ACL,
and checked out.
PCL, cartilage, both meniscus, just full blown out.
Like you have no way to even. Can you even work your knee
Dude,
after doing all that? Like
it
that's
was
pretty much everything you need to like be able to like articulate that joint.
Except for the MCL.
He loves this conversation.
Except for the MCL. The MCL was still standing.
Oh, the MCL.
We had her going. She was in the club, so that's fine.
Okay.
So I thought
So you could still walk, but you're like, or hobble, I guess.
I was on crutches for sure. And the swelling wasn't going down. I actually got surgery, like it happened April like 30th, and I got surgery May 5th, which is real quick.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
I still remember this like it was. I really wish I didn't remember it, but so I got it really quick. Thank God. Worst pain I've ever been in my entire life,
Damn.
by far, easily. My mom used to be a nurse, and like I'm getting out of surgery, coming out of anesthesia, and I'm on morphine and screaming at the nurse like down the hallway. I'm like, get me out of this bed. I want to smoke. Give me a cigarette. And my mom's like, get him off morphine. Put him on Dilaudid. And Dilaudid's like higher than morphine. And as soon as I hit that button, I'm like, all right, see you later. You know,
I'm
gone.
Damn, dude, that is heavy. That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Now, what as far as
Yeah.
like any chance of like sponsorships and stuff at this point? I mean, you've been on.
They
Flow.
were still having it.
Okay.
Like Sinclair was at this point, like I said, circa
showing him the footage. Like, hey,
Yeah,
look, man,
man.
I'm throwing down.
and Sinclair has torn his ACL too, so he felt for me,
yeah,
you know. And he's just a really good guy.
but you were
Love
never.
love Mike Sinclair.
Were you officially on like any of these teams or sponsorships
These teams-
or anything, or was it
Man,
always kind of like?
It's
Because I think
very clicky,
yeah. Well, Foundation put out a video. They're like,
but they're
here's-
not clicky either. Too. I mean, it's just like you just have to be around. You just have to be around them.
Yeah.
You know, you just have to be around the boys. That's
So
pretty
they're
much
all
it.
out west, and you're kind of here.
So, like, yeah, I mean, yeah. And even when I was out west, like, I live in Vista, but they live in Long Beach. I'm like, well, shit, I'm here. But it doesn't matter how good you are on a skateboard. You have to be around these guys.
I gotta live in Sinclair's garage.
I gotta live in his room, yeah, pretty much. Or, like, live in, you know, all the Foundation dudes' houses every week.
See, that's the
like,
side of it that I think a lot of people. You know, I, mean, I know times have
There,
changed, but as
there
far
are
as,
rules,
yeah.
is what it felt like to me. And I was like, well, skateboarding doesn't have rules.
Yeah.
You know, that's what kind of blew my mind. Is like, I'm sitting here in California. I'm like, I'm capable, but you know, like, I'm not in Long Beach, so you're not giving me the opportunity to be on the team, and you're telling me I have to move to Long Beach and hang out with these dudes to be on Foundation. That seems like a rule to me. At that point, I was very stubborn and very, you know, ignorant and, you know, all that. And, like, basically, I should have, you know, it would have worked out. It would have worked out. And, I mean, I know that, but it's to each his own, you know, and, like, I was happy where I was, sort of. But, like,
Well, we're kind of getting ahead. I mean, so
Yeah.
So let's back up a little bit. You recovered from your ACL surgery and stuff.
then I'm starting to film for Reason to Believe.
And then you start filming for
Yeah.
Reason to Believe, which is a local video here, kind
Yeah.
of put on by a bunch of local dudes.
Yeah.
Really rad. I think one of the tricks you were most proud of is that tray flip over
Jesus Christ.
that it's like some stairs down to like a wall.
Yeah.
At the base of like this strip mall.
Yeah.
And like you've done some other tricks over it. You kick
Yeah.
flipped it. You got a gnarly backside flip, man. That's
Thank you.
You do that a lot.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
But that
'cause of
50
Heath
mile an
Kirchhoff.
hour tray flip that you did over that, and it looked like the nose of your board
Dude, it was a miracle.
almost about to
It was
clip.
a Hail Mary.
But then you caught it.
I was done for that day. That was a Hail Mary. I was like, please God, just like please like make this work.
And the
You know?
asphalt too, man. I mean, you can tell just by the
Terrible.
wheels. It's just like,
Dude,
you know, like
I got
just
tackled.
gnarly.
I would get tackled into the ground. So I remember like once I landed and my right foot was like a little over the board and it stuck on the ground. It didn't roll my ankle and I just tackled the ground. And I was like sitting there like in the footage, just like moving my hand. You can see I'm just in so much pain.
Is that where they set the camera down?
Yeah, and I'm just in so much pain, and I'm just like, all right, dude, I'm fucking done.
It was like landing on a cheese grater. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah.
It is. It is. I went back for that 4 times.
I think
And-
we have that clip. You posted that recently, and you got some other stuff, man. I want to get to. I know we're taking trips down memory lane.
Oh, dude, I'm
Oh,
fine.
that's what I'm for.
There
right
it
there,
is.
far right, right
There
there.
we go.
So
So it took 4 trips. Jacob standing in the back. So
is this Center Point?
that
this
is
Roebuck?
that's Center Point
Roebuck
Roebuck.
Parkway.
Yes, it is.
oh wow, that is
Yes, it
yeah, you're
is.
right.
The,
There's
the,
McDonald's.
the animal store's right there,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Good catch, man. I didn't realize. Where
Yeah,
that was.
dude, you nailed it. It's funny, the second angle. I wish I would have had a second angle. I don't think it would have done that spot justice. I think Cricket nailed it with that angle.
Oh, it looks massive. I mean,
It is, man. And so one time, the third time I went, I was skating my shoes a little loose. I always skated the Circus Ceros. and they were like that fat tongue, fat bodied kind of shoe with a little toe cap.
Yeah.
And it flung off. Like I was 3-flipping and it flung off, but I wasn't going fast enough, and I fucking put my feet out and I hit the wall without a shoe on, and it broke my heel.
Ooh.
Oh
And
my god!
I went to Colorado the next day with my dad to see my brothers, and I was like, "Pops, I gotta get a Dr. Scholl's pad because like
That's
I'm in
crazy.
so much pain."
I can only imagine.
You gotta toughen your
Well,
shit
this
up.
is the king of hill bruises
Dude.
over here. So.
Me
So I took a
Me too.
break from.
Me too, man.
I ran into shout out Daniel Bowles. I ran into him at a little flea market
Love Bowles.
Shop thing, and I was talking to him. I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm trying to get back on board with the park and everything." He's like, "Yeah, I never really quit skating." I was like, "Well, I did. You know, I took like a 8-year hiatus from skating, other than like pushing around. Like I had like a cruiser board
Kinda
behind me
got to, man.
that I would just like ride around. But as far as like tricks, like
Yeah.
I never really had tricks, but like never attempted
Shit.
tricks.
Alex, I saw you
So-
skate at Sanctuary. Come on,
Dude,
guy.
okay.
Don't
But-
do yourself wrong like that.
But trying to get back into it, like at the park, you know,
Yeah.
like I've had 2 like major heel bruises that have taken me out for weeks,
Forever. Months.
Just from
I mean,
slamming down, and I
Yeah.
still like even to this day, like if I touch my heel wrong, like right now, fucking hurts.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine.
Jesus Christ, man. He's
Like-
got a permanent heel bruise.
Like if you were to like
That's not okay.
break,
You should get that
your
checked
heel-
out.
Well, I can walk on it. You know what I mean? But like, you know,
Jesus
just like if I
Christ.
touch the back, because I came down and just like smacked my heel, like wearing
Yeah.
cheap slip-on Vans and just like no padding, you know, just all concrete straight to your heel.
Jesus Christ.
All that to say, I can only imagine the pain and agony of actually like breaking your
Dude,
heel.
brutal.
you
Dude,
know
it
what I mean?
was bad. And took a while to get back. And like, I was trying to skate again and like hurting it. And I was like, all right, dude, I'm just going to like work, I guess, my life away now and then get back to skating. Once I did, that wasn't like the first thing I went back to. It's like get my shit together. And then one day it worked out, man. Cricket would always egg me on like, hey, you want to go to that 3-flip? And I was like, no. But like I ended up doing it.
So
And-
you were able to get it in before the Reason to Believe came out.
Yeah.
The second one.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Gnarly part, man. And I want
Thank
to
you.
shout out you. You posted a like kind of an extended version with the Frank Sinatra song.
That was my favorite version, man.
I think
I'm
so too.
pretty
dude.
sure that's the one right there next to it. Yeah, that's the one. 4 minutes. So
Yeah, because the
5
original
minutes.
part was only like 3 minutes or
So
something.
I'll shout out Hunt Finelli because Hunt Finelli nailed it on this one, and it's like, I wish that one would have been in the Reason to Believe video. It is. It's just secretly in there. You don't really know it,
Right.
but
But still, man, the extended edit. Yeah, it's cool. You go to stomp your board, it doesn't work. You're like, fuck.
boys, can we take a break?
We can absolutely.
We
I was
can,
about
yeah.
to. I'm
about to
literally
piss
like, I'm
my
about to piss
pants.
myself. All right, so we did take a quick break. I think we're on par to have the longest podcast we've
I'm winning
recorded
right
so
now.
far. But
Yeah.
man, it's cool, man. We never put a time limit on any of these things.
Yeah.
But after Reason to Believe, the second video, what was next on your path?
I tore my ACL again.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I was out at Jeff State. Yeah, I was out at Jeff State, and there's that long square bar there. That's like it's like a 15, but each stair's like this big and like this tall. So it's like a 30 stair.
Yeah.
Is this the one where you're coming out of the fence? It's like a chain
Yeah.
link fence.
Yep.
Okay.
You're coming out of the tennis court, which is tight. Like it looks so good on film.
You're having to like weave around and then.
Yeah. So
But you landed that though.
I did. I landed. It was right after J Body's board slide. So J Body, that was one of the best sessions of my entire life, dude. With J Body, and like y'all should get J Body on here next time he's in town.
Okay.
Did he move to like
For
Aspen or something like that?
Fucking, he wishes. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
He moved up north to Maine, I believe.
I heard he was doing something with like a. I don't know him. I've never met him. But
dude,
people have
Jay-
talked about him and they said he went to go work at like a ski resort or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm making that up.
That sounds rad.
Yeah, I fucking hope that's what he's doing. I haven't talked to him about what he's doing for work. I just know his wife is a bread maker.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
That's all I think I've heard, as far as I know. But J Body's an amazing chef. I could imagine that like he could get a job literally anywhere doing food, and being like the head guy. But he was board sliding it. The first one he did, he like gets on and flies and like flails out and lands like on the stairs like this, and like just bleeding everywhere. And we were like, God damn, this dude's a barbarian, and lands it, and I'm like, all right. His J Body's like, get my back, dude. I like 50 it, get his back, and I'm like, I fucking hate square bars. I hate square handrails. And I'm like, all right, dude, it's right here for Gilly. I'm going to 5-0 this bitch first try. Like for Gilly right here, like kickflip, push 7 times on this. Like I start all the way at the back of the tennis courts, like double tennis court. Throw down.
Has that always been a thing?
I'm OCD as shit. Yeah, so it clears my head. Yeah, it clears my head. Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
7 pushes up to that 3 flip. 7 pushes up to a lot of things. It's
so anything
like,
gnarly. It's
like
7 pushes. Okay.
And I spin my board in my hand like 7 times. And then,
Reynolds that way?
It's a madness. It clears your head, and I seriously do it. I knew I was doing that before I even heard he did that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just
I
like
think when he was skating Wallenberg doing the frontside flip or something.
he like taps the wall 3 times, and if
he
he gets, he's like, I got to do it 3 times, 3 times, 3 times, 3 times. So it's 3. Yeah, and it's like, I'm glad that I don't do that shit because 7 is a long number to do that shit. It's just 7 times. I would be like, I've thought about it. I'm like, dude, that would suck.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I like would throw down, and like I'm weird about cracks too. So I'd always put my right foot over this crack, and then make sure on the paint, the white paint on the tennis court, put my left foot over the paint, then throw down, kickflip.
Dude,
I'm really OCD.
When you say you're OCD, damn.
It's really bad. Like even ask Peter next time you see him. Like I was back 50ing this rail in Highlands one time, and a red car that would drive by, I would roll up to the rail for like 8 times until I would jump on it again. Another red car rolls by, or like I wasn't having it.
Man.
So
red car is your black cat or whatever.
So bizarre. So I do that, the crack and the paint, and then kickflip, and it has to be a good kickflip, and then push 7 times. And dude, it was right after 50. I was like, all right, for Gilly right here, first try. And I got on, square bar, locked in, and grinding the bottom. And it's in my B-sides that I have. It's like,
which I watched, which was really cool.
14 minutes of footage. Like 14 minutes, it's a lot, dude. I'm glad you made it through if you did.
Dude, I watched the whole thing, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I think
there's a
people
lot.
like that, though, because it feels like it's not so... It's not
raw.
so polished. It's like
raw.
you get a feeling, you get a sense
Yeah.
of like I was there at the session.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, he's not just some magician.
I am
who
not
lands
a
everything
magician or a
first
robot.
time, you know?
No.
Like you're doing the hard flip. You tried that a few times.
Yeah.
And backside flip and stuff.
Yeah. So I get in grinding, and I get in a tail slide and slip out. And like I said, the stairs are this long. I go to my bad knee and hear it pop again.
Dang.
And I hit the ground, and I'm looking at all the boys, and I'm like, I look at Jacob, and I'm like, I did it. Like, shit's done. I'm done. Dude. And I'd already gotten the 3 flip, and I'm like, already gotten all my stuff. And like, at that point, that was 4 days before my 21st birthday. Like I said, thank God I was 19 at the first one, because the second one was a little different. I didn't take physical therapy too serious. And
you got booze on your side, man.
now I'm boozing, and like, sort of, like I was new to it, and like, but my 21st birthday was so sick. I was at my dad's place on a cane. I hadn't even had surgery yet, and like, it was on Diaper Row, like 11th Avenue, downtown, and like, all the Haints came to my dad's house. Like you just like, it's like going into Mountain Brook, like into one, it's on that street. It's like going in one of the villages in Mountain Brook, and like all Haints just like, whoa, like pull it up. Gilly comes and like just all my best friends are there. You know, it was amazing, dude. And they like all supported me, like, dude, you're gonna be fine. You know, you got this. I'm like, word. You know, one of the best birthdays I've ever had, even though I was hurt. And then before you even get surgery, my doctor is like, you're never gonna skate again.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah,
Dude.
and Dr. Wolf worked under Dr. Andrews, which does all of NFL players' ACLs. So I had like third best knee doctor in the world, is what it seemed like, or in the country.
And he's telling you that's it.
And he's telling me, like, look at me in the eye, he's like, you're never gonna skate again. I was like, you fucking watch me, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, right. And that set fire underneath me.
What's the recovery time? I mean, having gone through it twice,
Dude.
I mean, how long are you off a board?
That time, so the first time I jumped the gun, and because I wanted to film for Reason to Believe, and like we had a set project.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know I was filming for Wild Power, so I was just like aimlessly moseying around doing tricks. But this one I was like pretty serious about, and I'm very serious about physical therapy with the first one. Got better, was skating with my knee brace on, like kickflip back grinded, Brookwood rail with a knee brace on. One of the greatest nights ever too. And like I just jumped the gun too quick on the first one. I got better, got my knee strong, then I was a ghillie, first try, done.
Man.
4 days for 21st, turned 21, start going out to bars on crutches and shit, dude. And like, there was a Tomieto trip coming here with Foundation and Toy Machine, and I was supposed to be getting in that van.
Oh, well, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the Baker demo that went down at Sanctuary.
I was
You were
curious if we were
throwing
going to
down-
talk about that.
You were throwing
Yeah,
down, man.
I
was
was,
like the local
dude.
park rat. Yeah,
You
he's
know
gonna-
what's funny about that is that
Greco was killing it.
Greco
man.
was fucking murdering.
And
that
I would always,
shit,
I always
dude.
thought like Greco would be one of the first ones to be like, oh, yeah, fuck this, and sit down. He skated more than anyone else.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
He did, man. He like gapped off the mini ramp and lip slid the fucking recycle.
Yeah,
That shit
yeah.
was buck.
That was crazy.
That night, yeah, it was Andrew Reynolds there. I am trying to show off. I am trying to like snake everybody. You know, like I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm gonna try and make it tonight.
Yeah, it's so funny. The non-club actually.
It's like he's a chick or something. I'm gonna make it tonight, but
Yeah.
like, yeah, man. And I was like, I heard some kid, Reynolds asked some kid like, hey, is that kid sponsored by anybody? And some kid, random kid, don't know who it is, said I was on Reel. Like
Really?
I was getting shit
What?
on Reel. Yeah, and I heard that later that week from one of my friends because you know, like skateboarding industry or like
the click.
the
Yeah.
cliques or like all your homies and they hear things and
Yeah, that dude told Reynolds you were on Reel, so
Dude.
Reynolds was like, all right, never
yeah,
mind,
yeah.
never
So
mind.
Reynolds was like, fuck it. This kid, you know, like he's already got his shit
I was gonna
going.
get his info, but nah.
Yeah. So
Damn.
Thanks,
yeah,
bud.
dude.
Appreciate
So whoever you are out there, yeah, whatever, it all worked out.
that. Anyways, I derailed you again.
Yeah,
Well,
it's okay though, and that was an amazing night. So we're back at I'm drinking and like, yeah, I'm bummed, man. Like an injury like that, man, is very mentally. I mean, it just sucks.
yeah.
It just takes it out of you, and you're like, I'm like sitting at my dad's house, like playing Black Ops. And next minute, I'm like, I want to play guitar, and I'm gonna start learning how to play guitar. And then my grandparents that was my 21st birthday, gave me money to go get a guitar from Bailey Brothers. It's not there anymore. I just saw that today.
Really?
So yeah, that's downtown in 5 Points.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bailey
yeah,
Brothers
no,
isn't
you're
there
right.
anymore.
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
the Hive or whatever
The
the
Hive.
fuck it is. So,
Yeah, you're right.
Birmingham's changed, bro. So dude, a funny ass story. So I'm getting to it. So like I'm learning how to play guitar and learning how to play like Badminton Rising. I start doing like open mic nights and shit while my knee's getting better. I'm not doing great with physical therapy. I'm not walking like so. My left knee, I noticed, can't extend to the fullest or bend to the fullest. I go back to Dr. Wolf. I'm like,
You're like, dude, you're right.
I'm like,
I'm never gonna fucking skate again.
fuck, dude, I didn't think about that. But it's like, so I go back to Wolf. I'm like, dude, something's wrong. You know? He's like, you got a block of scar tissue behind your knee, like a block of scar tissue behind your knee. I'm like, he's like, so what we're gonna have to do is go in orthoscopically. This is the third surgery now on the same knee, and go in orthoscopically. You beat it up, clear it out, and do manipulation. What manipulation is that they bend it to the fullest and extend it to the fullest when you're under. And
Just like stretch the
really,
ligaments out and
yeah,
stuff.
really
Oh
like
my God,
chilling
dude.
surgery. Really chilling surgery. Honestly, it's like took an hour.
But
and-
you're fully under
Oh yeah,
when this happens. Okay?
oh yeah. And
You're not like just there. Like,
dude, that would suck. Yeah, yeah. Fuck that.
bend
And-
it again, doc.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So he goes in orthoscopically, like breaks all the scar tissue up, and then bends it to the fullest, extends it to the fullest. And I'm coming out of anesthesia. Like I said, it was like an hour, man. It took nothing. I have 2 slits in my knee from when they went in with the scope and shit. And like, I'm waking up. Dr. Wolf comes through the curtain. And I'm like, oh, hey, Dr. Wolf. And he goes, well, boom, well, boom. Like, does it again while I'm awake. And I grab the bed, and I'm like, Dr. Wolf, I'm going to fucking kill you. I'm going to fucking kill you. And he's like, Daniel, get out of the bed and kill me, you know? And I get out of the bed, and I'm like, oh, my God, I can walk. Like, I was like, and then I hugged him.
Yeah.
I went from straight up, like, I'm going to kill you to like, I love you.
Yeah.
And I walked out of the hospital.
Dang.
It was miraculous, dude. And so I had a guitar at the point, but I wanted to go buy a new guitar that day, right after surgery. Don't know why. And I just wanted a better guitar. And I go actually, Upside Down Plaza was open, and it was like 4:00. I walk in there. I was like one of the first people, like again, 21, just get out of surgery, right? 2 slits on my knee. An old lady sits down next to me, and she goes, taps me on the shoulder, and goes, honey, you're bleeding. And I look down underneath my like bar stool, and I have a puddle of
Oh my
puddle
God.
puddle of blood underneath because the alcohol thins your blood.
Oh my.
and my shit is leaking. And I'm like, check please. Like grab, like pay it, go up to Bailey Brothers, get a new guitar, go straight home and chill. And so I learned how to play guitar, and like so everything happens for a reason. I love music. And
That's cool.
I love music now, and like so I got better, you know, and then I'm working a lot, go like straight up, straight edge, like not smoking, not drinking for like 7 months, and just working my ass off because I know I want to move to California.
Okay, so that was my next question. It's like you're
And
still
that's-
living in Birmingham at this
yeah.
point, but you're
Yeah, and I'm still living in Birmingham. I'm 21, about to turn 22. And you know, I text Craig, and I'm like, hey Craig, like
how long had he been out there?
he'd
at this
been out
point?
there for I think maybe 3-5 years. He'd been out there for a minute.
Okay.
And him and his wife Sarah, and Money Mike was his roommate, and I love Money Mike, but
It's funny you lived with a guy named Money.
I did.
isn't that funny?
That
Yeah.
is that is
Funny
hilarious.
A lot of money's out there. In the
Yeah,
world.
money's
dude,
out there, man.
Lil Money. So
Yeah, my roommate introduced himself to me. He was like, "Money, what's up?" So
so Craig's like, yeah, dude, yeah, player, move out here. I'm like, word. I stack my cash and then get my tax return back too, and it was big, and I was like, I'm ready.
That's it.
This is it.
Got it.
Jacob hit me up like a month before I'm about to move, and he's like, hey, I want to go out there with you. And so I asked Craig, I'm like,
oh, I'm gonna bring somebody in
yeah,
tow.
but is it all
that
cool,
cool?
if Jacob comes too, you know? And yeah, it worked out. And then
What were you guys going to do? I mean, did you have like a job lined up or anything? or
we
just-
didn't, man.
Oh, it
And
was just like
we were just
We're
like
just going.
I'm just gonna get
California
to the coast.
dreaming.
Yeah. Okay.
And we had a little demo at Ghetto Banks before we left. It was like a fundraiser for our gas money there.
Oh, really?
okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
which was sick, dude.
Dude, that is sick.
It was
That's awesome.
it was so rad, and Peter put it on. It was fucking awesome, dude. And my stepdad Ed, he gave me $500, and I was like, wow, like this is amazing, you know, like people pitched in, and like it ended up being like $800 just for gas to get out there, and it definitely was.
Yeah.
And my little Dodge Dakota Sport 1996 with like 10 gallons in my tank, a V6. Dude, it gets like fucking
Shittiest gas mileage.
just the worst, you know. Oh shit. And so we make it out there, get to Craig. We
What part of
we left
California?
April 1st too, April Fool's Day. That was
okay.
the whole joke.
good
We're like,
omen.
we're leaving,
Yeah.
you know.
What part of California?
So Craig was living in Carlsbad at the time, and we get there. I immediately start, because I see my money start dripping, and I'm like, I need to get a job. You know, we're just skating
Now-
constantly.
At this point, where are
Yeah.
you on the radar of like Sinclair and Foundation and all that? I mean, after the
Sinclair knows I'm out there,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Sinclair knows I'm out there.
So the support is there, but you're not really on board with anyone. at that
Correct,
point.
man.
Okay.
I went flow for 11 years. I'm pretty sure that I was the longest, like Sinclair's told me, like I've had funny conversations with Sinclair, and like I was the longest riding flow kid you've ever had. He was like, absolutely. He was like, honestly, like,
The team is like completely cycled through. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
dude, it had. And like, he was like, you know what, Daniel, like I would cut kids off at like 3 years. You know, he was just like, you're from the South and you torn your ACL and shit. And like, I've seen your drive and like, I appreciate it and stuff, you know. And I was like, dude, I fucking appreciate you. Otherwise, I'd be
Dude, yeah.
broke as fuck without like the
at least not having
boards.
to buy like skate
Yeah,
equipment
man.
and stuff, you know?
So I end up getting a job at Legoland, like right away. Yeah,
Dude.
dude. I get a job at Legoland, California, in Carlsbad, and I was a server in the hotel, and it was called Skyline Cafe. Was this one, right? I met Nicholas Cage there. He was with some young fucking girl. It was
Got in the cage.
Shit was hilarious. Saw Halle Berry there.
It's like a
Yeah, just
high-end
random.
place.
Dude, it is. So Skyline Cafe, and then you had the buffet over here, and you had like a 14-table section. And dude, it was always like 2 adults, 2 kids, and the bill would be like $70, and they would tip you like $10 to $20. And you have a 14-table section, you flip it like 3 times.
Wow.
Dude, I would make rent in like one night.
That's
Damn.
crazy.
I was making bank.
Dude, that's awesome.
Bank, man. And like, it was seasonal. And I was bummed. They were like, yeah, you gotta go. I was like, no, I don't. Wait,
I really don't.
please don't let me.
I can stay
I'll stay. At this point, Jacob is working at like the ending of Black Box.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I know
J-
Black Box didn't last forever, but I thought you guys were actually working,
Yeah.
and maybe even Craig too, in
Yeah,
some
yeah.
capacity, was working like,
Yeah.
you know, you're still, maybe you're not like out, you know, doing all the glamour shots and stuff, but you're still working in the industry.
Yeah.
I think Dalton Dern,
Mm-hmm.
he posts a
Love
lot of
Dalton.
clips, and he's always in
I
a
know
warehouse.
Dalton.
And it's like,
Dalton's awesome.
okay, you're like, he's skating for
Yeah.
a living, but it's like maybe he's also helping ship boxes and do stuff. You know?
Every skateboarder. All right, look, guys. You are a 1%er. There are the 1%ers out there.
or quote unquote like
These are the SLS guys.
the Nijas and the
These are, yeah, and like even if they're not, you're talking about like Figgy, Provost, Leo, or like the guys that were in it like long ago and that have been on America or like been on a shoe company and they've sold a shit ton of shoes in like, or like earlier days in Fallen, and like I heard Slash would come like back to Black Box and just pick up 5 checks, and like each of them were like 30 grand. He didn't even know that they were there.
Are you serious? Holy shit!
So you have your 1%ers. Nowadays, that number is truly there. I mean, like most skateboarders have a job, even
Yeah.
if they're pro.
Do you think the market has just become, with the ease of like
Unless you're
the
on a good shoot,
internet
yeah.
and just videos, and it's like, dude, like you said, you're a skate nerd. I'm sure trying just to keep
It's
up with
impossible to
Thrasher
be somebody.
alone. You know, never
Yeah.
mind Transworld, never mind Slap or some of these other
Mhm.
outlets for skating.
Yeah.
Just Thrasher alone, they have 10, 20, 30 new videos
Every
day.
day.
Every day.
Yeah, man.
So, I mean, it's like, how does anybody
And it just
stand out
you see
in
it, and then it's
ocean?
gone.
Yeah, and it's gone.
Gone the next day. You just put all your hard work into this shit. There's not DVDs anymore. There's not they'll have little video premieres for, your homie that's having a part on Thrasher at like a bar in Long Beach
or a shop
or a shop, and then it's on Thrasher the next day, and then it's gone. By Monday, gone.
So
And
it's like, man, I miss the days of like the premiere, like dude, like the Good and Evil premiere when they came to town. Then like that was such a sick video.
Yeah,
just like the hype around it, nobody's seen it, and like they have the DVD. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, and you were buying that DVD, like you would buy that DVD.
Oh, absolutely,
like all of us would.
The coolest one ever was the New Blood premiere that was in the Carmike at the theater.
New Blood was awesome. I loved Dying to Live. Dying to Live was in Secura.
See, I didn't go to that premiere. I mean, I saw the video, obviously.
Yeah, and 5 points. Like, dude, I was like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
And like I said, like I was introduced to skateboarding so early, and just like was going through all these times, and I'm so blessed that I had it.
Yeah.
Like so blessed, and like for all the people that I like.
I know, man. I feel like a dinosaur just talking about DVDs.
Dude, it's amazing. It's amazing. So, we're in California, and Jacob's getting a job at Black Box. It's about to go under, and he gets a job at Brixton with our homie Austin.
What is Brixton?
Brixton is like a clothing company.
Yeah.
It's like it's like RUCA or RVCA.
Oh, okay.
Right? But it's not.
But it's not.
It's the cool guy version of it in Oceanside, California. Oceanside is like, it's where the cool guys live. But it's like where like, dude, Oceanside's like a fucking TV show
that's where
every day, dude.
When I parked my van out there, that's where I was in Oceanside.
Yeah? Have you ever seen?
Yeah, he's a van lifer, dude.
I love van life.
Yeah.
I lived in my truck for a minute in California.
Oh, there you go.
For sure, in the back, for about 4 months. But have you ever seen Animal Kingdom on TNT?
Yeah.
The show? That whole show is based in Oceanside.
Okay.
They film it in Oceanside, yeah. So we're in Oceanside, and like, I say all that because like I get Ruka from Austin Stevens, that used to ride for Toy Machine.
Yeah, no, man.
He's the team manager of Ruka, so I
really.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
dude, that was a huge. Well, he makes rad music too, man.
Austin, Josh Harmony does.
Well, Josh Harmony makes music. I thought Austin Stevens was a musician.
Austin Stevens could do anything he wanted to.
Harmony, dude.
Yeah, Josh Harmony is.
I know Josh Harmony made music, and
he does, man, and that's so fucking weird that you brought that up, because Josh, how I met Josh, and this story's funny. We're gonna sidetrack real quick.
That's fine. We're all about sidetracks, though.
Harmony and Austin Stevens, it's like I said, that whole Tom Yeto tour comes into town, and I'm supposed to get in the van, but my knee's fucked now. And me and Cricket are showing everybody around town. That was at the time of Well Hell and the Plaza on Wednesday nights. It's Wednesday night, and I'm sitting next to Austin Stevens and Josh Harmony at the bar, and we're talking. Like, we look back, and like, something happened with Cricket and somebody else, but like, and Cricket was just with his chick, and like, anyway, Cricket like parkoured over a table and like smoked this dude in the face.
Just like drama.
Yeah, dude, it was amazing. It was amazing, and like, I am on crutches and like have a knee brace on, and like, the whole bar's like, all right, everybody get the fuck out, like, because like it started happening, and like, I was like, hey, Leo, tell everybody follow me. He's like, Leo's like, hey, follow the Gimp. And I'm like hobbling across the Chick-fil-A parking lot, like we're going to the plaza. And we get to the plaza, and we get down there. Leo's like, give me 20 Budweisers. And like everybody that's like drowning in from the bar or black market, we get there, and like, this is one of awesome moments. I'm so glad I wasn't like drunk at the time that night that I remember that like I'm walking upstairs with Leo and Dakota Servold, and like Leo puts his arm around me. He goes like, "You remind me of a baby John Alley," and I was like, "Well,
That's quite the
in
compliment.
my like shit, I'm like, I'm freaking out." But like I'm like, dude, Alley's Alley, and he is, you know. And I've met John Alley, and he is like,
He has the world's perfect kickflip.
it is the best kickflip. Like
Catches
it's,
it. He
I love
catches
it.
it while he's still going
Yeah.
up. You know what I mean?
And-
Like, it's crazy.
so it was like one of the best compliments ever.
It's awesome, man.
And that I got another compliment like when we were in California, and I'm turning 23 now. So I'm 22 when I moved, but I'm about to turn 23. And Gilly, I'm still working at Legoland.
Rocking Legoland, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. And fucking Gilly calls me, or like calls Craig, and then I get on Craig's phone, and like Gilly told me that like a long time ago, I stayed my first California trip. I was 13 with James Hardy, Ben Gilly, and my brother Riley. We took my mom's van out and stayed with Heath Kirchart at his house.
I feel
for
like
about
James told that story.
a month
It
and a
was like,
half.
hey, we let
Well-
little Daniel drive.
Yeah,
half the
dude.
time. He's never too tired to drive or whatever.
So yeah, that shit was hilarious. But this day on my birthday, like Ben's like, hey, I always wanted to tell you this, but I was afraid I was gonna give you a big head, but you already got one anyway. And I was like, thanks, Ben.
Appreciate it.
And so, like I said, I've learned a lot from the years, and thank God I have friends that have been able to been like, shut your fucking mouth, you know. And I'm like, word, you know. But this day was my birthday, and he was like, I wanted to tell you that like Heath was like, that kid is my child prodigy. Or like talking about me, and I was like, fuck.
Dude,
You know, I was like,
Kirchart,
thank
man.
you, God, for not telling me that. And like, yeah, and that just like resonated with me like for a minute, and that even like put flame underneath me even more to like, all right,
Get
I'm
better,
in
take it
California now,
serious.
so I'm gonna fucking try again.
So
know?
when you went out west, was that when you decided, it's like, I'm gonna kick booze, I'm gonna kick weed,
Mhm.
and like I'm gonna just
I did, man.
100%
Dude,
full focus.
For a whole year, I was nothing but skateboarding.
Yeah.
The first year, yeah, and then some things happened that I won't say.
Well, I mean, come on, nobody's
Yeah.
perfect. You know? We all need like some
Yeah.
time of clarity. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
And then, so pretty much like I felt like I was saying, just I loved Vista, and I loved where I was living, and I was
Love Legoland.
just goddamn love Legoland. I was waiting
Assembling
for that
those
summer
Millennium
job every
Falcons
day.
and- yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, it's just like living my life, and like, you know, you just gotta take the losses, you know. And I was like fine with it for a while, and then once you start realizing it, you're like, fuck, I could have done this, I could have that. Like I say, forget,
Yeah.
whatever, move on, because it doesn't mean anything now. Move on with your life now. Be in the present. So what you asked me in the beginning, how I moved to Charleston, is that like my dad was in Charleston, Riley's moving to Charleston from Birmingham, and Riley's calling me a lot at night. I'm playing badminton with my homie Austin in my backyard all the time. Fucking smoke anybody in badminton, by the way.
Riley's like, yo, dude, we got this badass badminton league we're starting in Charleston.
I was like, I'm a pro badminton
I'm a
player.
Pro badminton player.
So, you know, like, I was like going through a pretty bad time.
Yeah.
And I won't say, but like, I was going through a pretty dark time in my life, and I was like, you know what, I need to get the fuck out of here. And
How long were you in California?
6 years.
Wow.
6 years.
It's a big chunk of time to really commit to
Yeah.
doing something with skateboarding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would say the first like 4 years I was really committed, you know. The first 2 years the last 2 years were pretty sucked.
Yeah.
But not really, because you're in California. It's beautiful. And they're awesome people out there. I miss them a lot. But like one of the things like Cinco de Mayo, like Sinclair called me up and was like, "Hey, do you want to go to a Thrasher Bust Your Bail contest?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." He's like, "Where?" I'm like, "Where's it at?" He's like, "The arena, the San Diego Sports Arena, the one that Jeremy Ray ollied, the triple set." And I'm like, "Word."
Let's do this.
And I get to the doubles, like I get there really early in the morning, and Phelps is still alive. Like Jake Phelps is still alive, and I'd already met him a little bit before, but like, I'm one of the first ones there. I'm skating a lot. I'm skating the double set, trying to do everything I can down it. I'm like airwalking it just for fun, you know.
Wasn't there- okay, so yeah, wasn't there footage of this? It was
Yeah.
like a big.
Yeah, it's a
like
big thing.
covered.
Mhm.
Like the top is covered, and you're
Mhm.
almost hitting it from the side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
are.
yeah. Okay,
You are.
so I'm glad you brought that up, man, because I saw you do some trick. And
I ollied it. I ollied the.
and Phelps is like MCing it. and
Yeah,
stuff. yeah.
So I'm skating the triple set, or I'm skating.
You didn't do a grab trick, did you?
No. I was
Because
just.
he would like hate on people. He's like, no fucking grabs, you know.
Yeah.
all the time.
Oh, he would.
Yeah.
So I'm just skating the double set, and then like I'm taking a little break, and Michael Burnett comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, Phelps wants to talk to you up on the triple set." I'm like,
Yeah, dude.
"Me?"
You pointing at
Heck
me?
And like I'm like, "Word." So I go up there, and he's like, "So, I've been seeing you fucking shred down here. I've been so what do you got down the triple set? What are you doing today?" And I'm like, "Well, I want to fucking Lindsey Robertson heel flip the shit out of this thing if I can." I was like, "But I will tell you this: I will be the first person to ollie this day." And like, I told my homie Derm this. I told Jeremy Ray this day when I met him that day. I told
Oh,
fucking
man, Ray's
Sinclair
there.
that. Like, I was saying some shit. Like, I'm gonna be the first to ollie this shit today.
Yeah.
And I love a good ollie. You know,
There's something to be said about a good,
do you know
just
what?
solid,
Just a good jump.
dude.
Just
man,
a nice bunny hop.
going back
There's,
to
there's nothing better.
one of the core memories I have with Alan Poole. We were watching Sierra Fellers. Shout out to him. One of his first parts that he did with one of his first sponsors. Maybe it was a shoe sponsor. I don't even remember
Yeah.
the name of the brand. But there was one big set, and he just like ollies the set. And Riley would do that a
Yeah.
lot. Like he would just like roll up to a big set and just like
Dude.
ollie it
Riley,
right in the middle of his part. You know?
dude, my brother Riley's really good at skateboarding.
Yeah.
It is insane. Like, he can turn it on real quick, and he can just be on. And it's amazing to watch Riley. It always has been.
Just something to be said about a clean, classic
Clean
ollie. You know
And
what I mean?
so they had this ramp set up at the top. Jeremy Ray didn't have a ramp in the back in the day. Like, he ran, like he threw down. I don't know how the fuck, boys. I don't know how that ollie was possible without a ramp. That
crazy.
guy has a snap. He ollied that water tower to water tower. You know, like.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's like
Dude,
one of his
that
most iconic
I've seen
trips.
that shit, dude. It's impossible. That's not possible.
It's crazy. Like
Not
everything
possible.
always looks smaller on camera, and it looks massive
Dude,
on camera. So I
yeah.
can only imagine how big
That
it.
shit's scary.
Like I probably wouldn't even want to run and try to just jump.
And he did that.
Yeah.
He did that shit, and I was like, oh my god. But so they're taking the 2x4s out at the bottom because they had them there so nobody would skate it. Because that was the contest, the triple set. They're taking the 2x4s out, and it was me, Ryan DeCenzo, and Tommy Sandoval. It's Tommy Sandoval on the middle, Ryan DeCenzo, and me. We all have our tails down. You know, like I throw mine down aggressively, like I'm about to snake fuck everybody. And like Tommy puts his hand on me because Tommy's from San Diego. He's like, nah, dog, this is for SD. And he fucking goes. He ollies, kicks out. He was the first to go. Ollies, kicks out, lands on the flat of the triple. I'm like, fuck.
Oh, he doesn't even clear it.
Dude, he didn't even clear it. DeCenzo.
Tommy Guns doesn't even clear it, man.
I was kind of worried at that point.
Yeah.
DeCenzo does the same fucking thing. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, dude. And then I push 2 fucking hard times. And I like ollie, and I like kick out, and I stretch my legs to the end. Like, just barely passing my heels to not get heel bruise.
Over the
And
bottom
land
strap.
on the bottom finally. And I'm like, okay, it's possible, but something's got to happen. Something different has to happen the way I'm dropping it or something, you know? I run back up there. Everybody's fucking going.
Is there a drop in?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a roll in, and then like, and dude, like, everybody was rolling in, pushing hard as shit. Enzo Cautela fucking hard flipped that thing, just dropping in.
Oh my
He didn't
God.
even push. The dude is like a cloud, like off of Mario. He's just like, dude.
That's crazy.
And
That is
like,
wild.
it was
I
insane.
need to pull up that contest. Yeah.
Shit is insane. So I run up there and I see Tommy Finn go right before me, and Tommy Finn throws like rolls in, pushes 3 times, like boom, 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 and like straight ollie. I was like, oh my god, that's it.
Barely have enough time to get your
Dude,
foot back on the
yeah,
board.
it was like boom, 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 and
You're setting up and kicking.
yeah,
Like at the same time.
I swear to God, and like I saw that and I was like, that's it. That's the trick. That's the fucking cheat code. And I snaked everybody. Like I saw my friend Josh Baldwin like next to me. He
So
looked
by
at,
that point, there's kind of a
dude, it was a non-going
line.
cycle. It was insane.
you're
It was
just like, nope, my turn.
because like the first person that got it got $200 for the first ollie, but like Phelps had so much extra money later on that he gave me more.
Had anybody landed anything at that point?
Nobody's landing an ollie.
Nobody's even cleared it. to
Fuck
the
no.
ball. Okay.
And like, I look at my friend Josh Baldwin, and he sees me. I snake the shit out of him, and like I was like 1, 2, 3, and you can hear Phelps on the microphone. He goes, "Oomph!" And it's like you hear somebody goes, "There it is," and like boom, and it was like the biggest highlight of my life of skating. Like there was like 5,000 people there, and it was just like
crazy.
"Whoa," and I was like,
I mean, it was basically imagine the Wallenberg contest,
Dude.
I mean, it was that.
that
Just people everywhere. And
that
stuff.
thing's way bigger than Wallenberg.
bigger. Well, it's taller.
It's taller and longer.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Well, I always heard that's what
Wallenberg
made
isn't.
Wallenberg so hard because
It's like kind of like a downhill for Wallenberg, like
Yeah.
just like right as you're about to ollie or like do anything, it's kind of like downhill, sort of. But yeah, that was
Dude, I'll find that clip. And
that
put that in because that whole
was-
contest was sick. And I do
was
remember
insane.
Phelps shouting you out and be like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
cut Cliff" or something like that.
It was amazing, dude. And like he looked at me at the end, and like after he given out like the like Tommy Gunn's frontside flipped it, and it was like
You just don't realize how
Dude,
hard these
dude.
tricks
Yeah.
are.
and like
You
I
know,
was
like the battle that you had to do just
dude,
to
I
ollie it.
watched. So Jacinto kick flipped it, Tommy frontside flipped it, but I saw Chris Jocelyn 3 flip it and click clack the like last 3 stairs, like firecracker the last 3 stairs, and then I'm like down there and I'm like trying to go back up to heel flip it, and I'm in the middle. You can see me on the video, and he 3 flipped it and big spin it that day, back big spin. But here's his back big spin, first try. I was like, he like morphed back up there from the 3 flip. And like, I'm running up.
You don't even have time to get to the top.
And it was, I swear to God, he just landed a 3 flip and he's just like back up again. And I'm like running up the triple and I'm on the second flat and I look up and I just like see these fucking eagle eyes of Chris Jocelyn. I'm like, holy shit, he's about to do this shit. Like, whatever he's about to do, he's gonna do it. Sure enough, back big spin, first try, and firecracker the last 3 stairs, switch.
Oh my god.
And
That's crazy.
I was
Oh
just
my
like,
God.
I was like, okay, like I'm gonna sit down. Now. I'm gonna sit down.
Did you ever get to hill flip?
No, dude, because it was like so
Well, it's so
fast to
massive,
heel
yeah.
like to set up the way I do, and
Yeah.
like people have different setups for heel flips and shit. Just the way I do it wasn't working. The way
Well,
I
the way you
pushed.
shouted out Lindsey Robertson, that's awesome. He was like one of my favorite skaters.
Best heel
Like,
flippers.
dude, so
Yeah.
good, man.
Yeah, and like that was it. And then like, yeah, just California can just reel you in and spit you out, just like Red Hot Chili Pepper songs, or
Yeah.
you know, like it just depends on your mindset, you know. And at that point, I think I did need to change scenery.
Well, you're not the first person to say that, man. We've
Yeah.
had, a couple people cycle through
Yeah.
this production, this podcast,
Yeah.
and kind of say, man, it's like you said, you see the
California
1%ers of people who manage to like the stars
Yeah,
align and they
for
are
sure.
able to make something like big out of it. But a lot of people, like you said, doing skateboarding, look at Alec or anybody, It's
I
like-
hope to God Alec makes it, man. I love Alec, dude. I mean,
But it's like, how do you define making it
and
now? It's
Jason,
kinda
like Jason could have
different.
made it too.
Yeah.
So Jason Salilius, Alex Salilius, I love what they're doing now.
They're big into like cycling. and
You
stuff,
need to,
you know?
yeah, they are. You need to get them on here too.
Well, we've had
Talked about that several times.
Domestique on here who they ride.
Yeah,
for and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen those dudes in a long time.
They live next to Will Norris,
Okay.
and so I stayed on Will Norris's couch last night. But I did. He was like, "Dude, you'll kind of see them in the morning, like just gearing up, going to ride,
Like just going
And I was,
shred.
I was like, "Word." But I got up like pretty early, but they were already gone. I think.
Damn.
Yeah, and I was like, "Damn it, man!" So I'm hoping to see them at the park this probably after this.
Sweet.
And go fucking skateboard after this.
Brad.
Hopefully.
Moving out of California, you've
And-
decided that
Yeah,
you're
we're-
done with the West Coast. 6 years was enough for you.
Definitely.
And
Definitely.
you decided you wanted to go get back in the southern humidity, you know. Maybe not Birmingham.
Yeah,
but,
man.
Your brother, you said your brother was, is your dad from South Carolina? Or live in
No,
South Carolina?
my dad just fell in love with Charleston.
Okay. Well, it's an easy city to fall in love
It
with. And
is.
we were talking about that earlier when we took a break. It's like, I've only been there
So
once. I
easy.
spent the weekend there, and it was beautiful, man. It's an amazing city.
is.
And the way they have the building codes and the streets are laid out and stuff, it's really cool,
It's
man.
really southern.
It's really southern.
is
But like more
really
like it's
southern
almost
there
like
as
what you see in a
fuck.
Forrest Gump movie or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Forrest Gump was filmed there.
Yeah.
A bunch of it was. But yeah, it is. It's so southern there. But it's
you start to appreciate.
Yeah.
I think I rebelled against that when I was.
oh,
early.
I definitely did.
You know, like
That's why I don't have a southern accent. Really,
You talk about living in dude, man. You talk about living in like rim lab and
Lab.
stuff, and like adopting like this West Coast.
I was a country
culture
boy.
of skateboarding,
Yeah,
and then, you know, man, like I've said this a million times before, but just like we were in the minority, you know, like wanting to do this, and like people just didn't get it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So like it was always like the dream. It was like, well, I'm gonna move to the West Coast where like I'll be supported and stuff. And then as you get older, at least for me,
yeah.
later in life, it's like I don't know, man. I kind of like the Southern culture, parts of it. You know, there's parts I disagree with for sure,
Definitely.
but then there's other parts of it. It's like, man, that's
Yeah.
home. You know what I mean?
It
I
is,
think
man.
it helps leaving for a bit
And
then
getting
coming
experience
back.
it, and then
Yeah.
and then you come back with
Yeah.
maybe a greater
There's no
appreciation.
place like home.
I don't know. I'm putting words
There's
in
no
your
place
mouth, but yeah.
There's no place like home.
Yeah.
No, I mean I feel the same way, man. It's
Cool.
the South just has that little niche to it. You just feel it, and if you've grown up here, then shit. I mean, it's like you always come back.
Yeah.
And I've been to Charleston before, but I've never I don't remember it. I actually took a skate trip when I got I had a new Ford Fusion 2010. I wrecked that bitch in 6 months. Well, I didn't. I got T-boned after 6 months of having it, and
I wrecked that bitch.
yeah, it's funny that it said, so I'm saying it like I did it, but yeah, no, I got T-boned right by Kirkland Clinic. But I had that car and I was taking a trip. I was going to Kingsport, Tennessee, which is a contest that always used to go down there. And I was the reigning champ there. So
Big shot.
No, but
I was fucking
no,
big
man.
shit.
man.
Yeah.
I was the
Don't
guy.
downplay it, man. Come on.
Yeah,
They
I
had
was.
your
I was.
poster 10
I was the
feet
White
tall.
Russian there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I you get $500 for first place and $100 for best trick, and I was like, well, let's fucking run it back.
I'm gonna take back with
Let's
$600,
run it
yeah.
back. So it ran it back, and I was like, well, shit, I got $600 now again. So I'm like, I'm gonna go see my dad in Charleston. So I left Kingsport to Charleston and back to Birmingham, and with some good friends, and I visited and I was like, you know what? Go visit my dad from California
Yeah.
and my brother. And
Now, where's Pete at in this time?
Pete is
When you keep referring to your brother, I assume you're talking about Riley.
yeah, right. So Peter was my brother Peter, he was in Birmingham still.
Okay.
And
your mom
actually
is still in Birmingham, correct?
yeah.
Okay.
My brother Peter, he hiked the whole Appalachian Trail,
Wow.
the 2,100 miles.
Damn. We actually
That's
had our
big.
friend Justin Self who took that photo of that boat That was in Iceland, but
No way.
he's
Yeah,
like a
man.
photographer, traveler guy, and he hiked the entire
He
Appalachian
came on
Trail.
like right after he did it too.
And
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
we had an episode with
That's
him.
badass,
and
man.
dude, he had lost like 30 pounds.
Oh,
He had a big
had
burly
to have.
beard, and it was gnarly, man. It was
That's
cool.
awesome, dude. So, I mean, I think Pete was just getting done with that. And, you know, I actually just left. I was working for California skate parks, and I was building X Games skate parks. Went to Sydney, Australia, built one there. Went to Shanghai, China, built Vans Park Series and an X Games there. And then after that job,
That's so
That
rad,
in
man.
itself sounds so rad.
Yeah,
I
mean,
was done. I was done with California. And
so they're based out of California, but I would imagine.
yeah, and I was like skating their training facility every day. Like you'd see, fucking dude. I mean, like even like I'm saying, like with Leo Romero or like Bob Burnquist, for instance. I've been to Bob's house and just meeting Bob Burnquist, man. When you shake his hand, you're like, all right, I'm good to go. You're like, I can do anything. You immediately want to go and do something.
Give me
you
the
know?
chance, man.
Yeah, like you immediately feel like you're a fucking god because Bob Burnquist. Well, I worked with his daughter Lotus, and this story is amazing. She was like, yeah, so Bob told me one night that his favorite superhero is Superman, and that he levitated from the top porch to the ground and levitated back up. and I was like, Lotus, are you sure about that? She was like, no, Bob was fucking serious. And I was like, I actually fucking believe that. Because Bob is an alien and he's like, yeah, he's a god, dude. And I've seen him skate the mega ramp and it is unfucking believable.
It's incredible.
It is unbelievable what that dude can do with his body.
Or
It is
Danny Way, or any of
unreal.
those dudes that
Oh,
skate like the
yes.
mega ramp.
Yes.
And
Dude,
like,
and seeing
I'm gonna do a
it,
kickflip back lip going 70 miles an hour over the
Dude.
Grand Canyon. Yeah.
and like, so building these mega ramps, so I had to do it at X Games.
So,
Yeah.
all right, segue.
And all that shit's built on fucking scaffolding.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you get teamed up with this company that does this stuff?
Shout out to Chad Foreman. Chad Foreman, aka Wiggins, was
Shout out Wiggins. All right.
Jamie Thomas's right hand man at Black Box. And he just knows everybody. And I hit up Chad because I was always hanging out with his cousin Willow, and Willow shoots photos. Shout out Willow. He's doing amazing, shooting awesome photos for Thrasher, like whatever.
Yeah.
A bunch of the Zero dudes, and really just for Fallen. But so Chad restarted Fallen, revamped Fallen.
Right. So there's the new Fallen.
Yeah. And he was homies with all the homies at CA skate parks.
Is he an Alabama native?
He is. He's from Dothan. He was,
Okay.
and I was born in Dothan, and we were born in the same hospital.
Sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I saw the little promo video. They did like kind of a little 5-minute thing.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, we're going to restart Fallen. It had him. And he was like, Jamie obviously moved on to Stray, but they were like, hey, man, we want to do right
I was
by
supposed to be on
Jamie.
Zero at 12.
Really?
Yeah, I fucked up. I fucked up real hard.
You
So
been on the New Blood crew,
yeah,
man.
dude,
Like, come on.
I totally could have, probably not, but so in Reason to Believe, not two, but the reason, original one, in the friend section, that gap I ollied, and I'm wearing like girl pants with bell bottoms, pretty much.
We all were.
I was about that life. I loved Ethan Fowler. Anyway,
Did you have those moon shoes on?
Dude,
too?
shout out
loved that
Ethan
shit.
Fowler. Yeah, dude, he rocked it
I
so hard.
loved it. I ollied that gap, and Alan Barton that filmed Unfocused like kept filming me, and and Matt Foreman was there and like was freaking out with me, and I was freaking out. Like nowadays, skateboarders are all freaking out after they land now, right? Like everybody's like hyping themselves up now. And I was hyping myself up as a little kid.
Yeah.
And Joel showed Jamie that because Jamie was looking into me at 12. And he was like, "Nah, I'm not going to take the kid because he's a little shithead."
Oh, are you serious?
Yep.
Damn.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
So that's a little side story. And I've talked to Jamie about it, and we've laughed about it. Like I've had like a 2-hour conversation on the phone with Jamie Thomas about like
Dude, that's awesome.
wanting to leave Foundation and go to Zero. And he was like, I don't have enough room on the team. Like, I would love to take you, but it's I can't right now. And I was like, dude, I completely understand. I was trying my all to make it work in California, but it's hard. It's hard.
It's hard. And
So-
I would imagine, someone who's running a skateboarding company, you look at somebody like Ed Templeton or Jamie,
amazing.
who have had businesses that have really
And experience.
imagine all the
that
people
shit.
that have skated for them through the years. I mean, from art bars to whatever the
Love it.
latest iteration of Foundation is now.
Yeah.
Or what the latest team of, I follow the Toy Machine page, and I think Leo's like the only name I recognize. You know what I mean? Like
Braden Hoban. I mean, I've known him since he was fucking wee lad.
But it's like they have to make tough decisions and stuff, and I'm sure there's not like millions to be made, even with a recognizable brand. Like
1%ers.
All you need is
It's so fucked, man. It's skating's hard. Skating industry is cutthroat, and
well, I mean, you mentioned like the end of Reason, and Ben had a stint on Zero, and he didn't have the most. I mean, we got a board, his only Zero board.
That is fucking awesome that he gave you that, dude.
Well, Peter brought that.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Peter brought that.
Fuck yeah,
shout
that's
out
awesome.
Peter Carbon and Fate Skates.
Absolutely.
But
Peter is he's been my second dad.
But
my
even
whole life.
talking to Ben about his Zero experience, there was some ups and there was definitely some lows.
Yeah.
Some parts of it where he was kind of like, it didn't quite end on the best note it could have. Hopefully they patched things up. But you know what I mean? Like,
no, it
was just kind of like,
it's really up to you, man. And I don't know, but so all that went well, and then I had a good conversation, and then I talked to Chad, and I got a job at California Skate Parks. And then next thing I know, I'm getting my first passport expedited, and then straight to Australia. And fucking love Sydney, Australia, dude. But
Australia seems rad.
It was
I've never been there.
Amazing. And got to build my first X Games, and couldn't believe that they build that shit on scaffolding. And
so you're basically there for an event.
Yeah, and then you have to tear down this beautiful ass. Yeah, and then
tear it all down.
You meet all the pros, and like I got to skate. Like, I was on standby for if anybody didn't show up. I was able to skate in the contest.
Oh wow!
Like, I was able to skate in the X Games if nobody, like one of the contestants, didn't show up.
Feller's missed his flight.
I was like, please, like, in every. What was funny was like Nija almost didn't make it.
Really?
Yeah, and Nija actually had to do 4 runs and not 3. He went before the guy on live TV was like, "You can go," and he went before it.
Oh.
And dude, I've never seen a more consistent skateboarder besides like Mark Suchu. Like, I mean, all of them are.
Yeah,
all
I mean,
of them are
you
fucked.
gotta be dialed in,
dude. All of them are so fucked. It's
like Jamie
insane.
Foy, man, he
Dude,
can do
it's
like front
insane.
crooks. Like, he's got those. I've never seen somebody with a more consistent trick.
Yeah,
he could front crook anything. You know
so that happened. Shanghai happened. Then I moved to Charleston. It's
So what about the
crazy.
working for a skateboard ramp building company? I guess I don't know what you call it.
Yeah.
I mean, I assume
They
that would
just
be
weren't-
cool, but it's like, man,
they
you
just weren't
travel
paying
a lot.
enough.
Really?
They weren't paying enough, and
Is that what this is?
you got some footage.
yeah.
Right here.
That's
You
that's
kick
Shanghai.
flipping.
That's Shanghai, dude. And
Like you're kick flipping into a mountain.
that shit was so fucking fun, dude. Was so fun. Just big smiles right there. That's S&P. That's the biggest skate
dude.
park right
Yeah,
there.
you're about to grind this giant hubba here. In a
Yeah,
second.
dude. I died.
So
I
big.
had like this red spray, and I sprayed it in my hair that day because I was there only off day for a month and a half in Shanghai. And I was like, dude, I'm just gonna act weird today.
Dude, look at this. Boom.
Yeah.
Giant
Oh my God.
50, dude.
So
Second angle. Did you do it twice, or was that the
I
same
did it
time?
about 5 times that day actually, because like I wanted different angles.
And then previous to that, you hill flipped over the.
So this is a
The
China.
dragon.
This is a China ollie that there's a little crack, and like a China ollie is where you like bump your front wheels
You just kind of bump it up.
and you bump it up,
Just
and
levitate.
like that was like a 6-stair that was like really long. Not a lot of people think I just nollied it or something, but I bought some flowers from this chick or like from this old lady. I see chick, this old Asian lady. Like, it was amazing, dude. And I was like, you know what?
Just
I'm
like chilling in downtown.
I'm just gonna-
That is
yeah,
pretty sick.
dude, it was
That is
amazing.
Cool. It's an amazing city, man.
You're
Dude,
living the dream.
But that
right
was
here.
your
I
only-
was
you said that
living
was
the
your-
dream, dude.
You said that was your only off day in a month, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was.
So you don't see that.
I
just
was
see the
living
Instagram
that
side of it.
shit
I'm like, this is awesome. Like, what a cool job.
I was living that shit up. So I moved to Charleston and I met Stephanie. Yeah, and
Yeah,
a
shout out,
a
Steph.
week and a half in, and she's been nothing but great, dude, and it's been awesome. So that's
So
pretty
Charleston's home for you.
much Charleston's home for me now.
Well, Peter,
Yeah.
the last time he was
Love it.
here, I think you had a stint with Rodney Scott, maybe.
Not
Or was that your
anymore.
brother?
That was my brother, but not anymore. That's a long story we don't want to get into.
Okay.
Oh no!
Yeah, we don't. Oh no.
You can say barbecue legend.
No, so that's at Bob Burnquist's house right there.
Yes.
No.
the iconic
so-
green.
I've actually moved on. I'm working at ABC Supply. It's a roofing supply company. And I am pretty much looking over the whole warehouse and the yard that is there, and it's a good job.
That's awesome,
It's
man.
paying well, so I can't complain at this point. And it's hard work. And I go home. I get there at about 5:30 a.m. and I leave at 4:30 every day. And then I go home, play with my dogs, decompress, say hey to Stephanie, and then eat some food with her, and then watch a show, and I'm out.
Dude.
And then I only have this is my vacation, so I'm here
Yeah.
again. Cheers. So I
Thanks
have
for reliving the
yeah.
skateboarding days. and stuff.
I have my days where I'm like Fridays and Saturdays I'm skating and I'm
What's the
drinking
Charleston skate
drinking
scene?
if I want to.
Yeah.
The Charleston skate scene's pretty awesome. It is pretty cliquey there too,
Really?
for sure. But it is
Do they have like public parks and stuff like that?
they do not. They
Really?
have a park that's owned by the city, just like kind of Sanctuary was, where it's like you have to have a helmet, membership, all that shit. It's awesome, and not at the same time. It's all pretty much transition. The street course kind of sucks. It sucks, and then but there's a DIY spot, and shout out Vern and all those homies that build on that DIY, man. I mean, they work their ass off, dude, and that DIY is so fun to skate underneath the bridge at Charleston. I love
yeah,
it.
you had some
But it
footage of that,
floods like
actually.
a motherfucker there.
Scroll up. It's like maybe.
Yeah,
it was in the
I
middle
just
shot.
had it. Yeah, I try it. So I love that pyramid corner right there. It's at Vestavia Skate Park. It was just like shout out Sandy Siggs right there too. But at Vestavia, I love the hip. I love skating like corners of pyramids. So
Oh, was that the one right next to kind of the mini ramp and stuff?
that was a cow pusher.
I don't know what you.
That's what we called it, a cow
Okay.
push, like on the front of a train. But just like a pyramid corner. So I've been trying to do the straight 8 on that for a minute. Like, all the kick flips, all the heel flips.
Yeah.
I can do them on flat. Just can't do them
Dude,
on
I can't even
that
kickflip on
goddamn
flat, man.
pyramid
I was
corner.
at the park today
Yeah.
earlier, and I was like just trying to get my kickflips unlocked.
Some
so.
shit. But yeah, that's pretty
I
much
don't know.
it. I mean, as far as like Charleston, we gotta get my brother. I wanted Riley to come with me, my brother Riley, because
Well, we can do a part 3, man.
Definitely.
So don't worry
should.
about it, man.
Should.
We'd love to get him on and kind of reminisce about
yeah,
old glory days of skating and
we
stuff.
should. We definitely should.
Because I mean, I feel like there's still so many things we didn't really hit, but like,
Oh,
man,
there-
you get a lot
there
of footage
are-
online.
There
and
are
it's
not.
like rad things.
We haven't hit a lot, but we hit enough for sure. And that just only took like 3 hours.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I have to check the
Give or
clock. 3, 4 hours. I don't know. But dude, I could talk skating all day long.
All day.
This is awesome, man. Thanks for reaching
You're
out,
welcome.
and
You're welcome. Thank
wish
you guys
all the
for
best
having
going
me.
forward.
Definitely.
And,
For sure.
man, this was sick. Yeah, super rad.
Cheers again.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My Phantom beer.
You
Enjoy
are
your
Phantom beer.
enjoy your staycation here in
will.
Birmingham for a little. Yeah.
I will.